Rocking and rolling?
Yeah.
Working?
Yeah.
Oh, I see us over here. I don't see me a whole lot.
Ah, there we are.
I got a couple seconds left.
Oh.
Oh, there we are.
I
There
see
we
us.
are. Okay, I'm good. I'm
Question
good.
is, can you hear us?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Sutton's listening, but we can ask him if he
He
can
won't
hear
be able
us.
to hear us either anyway. And he's not here to test it. So.
No. So, well, if anybody's listening, make sure you can hear us. We had to re-log into everything. That's why we're a little late. So let us know in the comment real quick before we do introductions. Because I was talking to you, Matt. On the phone.
Can you hear us, Matt, at all?
I guess he can.
No.
Okay, we're good then.
Okay.
So here we go, guys. Dirty Right Rear podcast again, as you can tell. Jeremy Sutton ain't here. He's got his little dizzy stuff. Well, first we got Chris Bub Boyd II Jr. here and taking his place, and we're going to kind of go over our play days, Doe Run and Farmington. We're going to go over, upcoming week is opening night for both places, and we'll probably talk about some more tracks too, but I mean, just kind of go on about these two right here in our backyard since it is opening week, man. And, first, thanks for coming on, man. And
I appreciate it.
so-
I love coming on here.
so Jeremy Sutton is, he is not going to be here. He's got his little hearing deal he's got going on. I guess he gets dizzy, does all that stuff. I don't remember the exact name of it. I think it's like Hip Hop Anonymous or something like that. I don't remember the exact name. I think it's Hip Hop Anonymous is what.
I think that's right. Something like that.
something
Or
like
hip hop
that.
abs, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hip hop or Hip Hop Anonymous. I think that's what that thing's called. That he's got going on with his ears, but he's been having a even rougher time the last month or so. So I don't know. We're gonna have to get him bionic earphone. I don't really know what we're gonna do. So I'll probably just have a whole bunch of guest stars on here, and I'll get to talk more, crazy stuff because he shuts me down on all the cool stuff I want to talk to. But so yeah, the last couple of weeks we've had play days at
Kind of
Dover.
shocking. We got all of them in.
Yeah, we got
Every
all
one
of them in, and all of them were
Good.
pretty hot, windy, dirty. I mean, all of them there wasn't much rain in any of it, but yeah, Doe Run Raceway got both of them in. Farmington Empire Speedway got both of them in. Both had, good crowds. I went to the first one. I didn't get to go to the Wednesday one at Farmington, but the Doe Run one surprised me.
Yeah.
Dude, that was nuts.
Talking about the first overrun one?
Both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, but I knew the first one, I didn't think there would be a ton of people there just because the B-Mod show, the coin run
Right.
and all that stuff. And then
There were still.
40-something cars. I was
Yeah.
like, holy crap. And
There's still quite a
then the other day, I was like, we didn't see many micros there the other day, just a handful. And then the modifieds and late model and stuff like that, I was like, holy crap. And we got over 40 cars again. And there was a lot more people that showed up in grandstands. There was people up in the grandstands a lot more, and a ton of people just all over the place. I couldn't believe it.
100%. The main thing that I noticed at Doe Run that it makes me really look forward to the season, the amount of kids mods that we're gonna
I
have.
know, man.
There was a ton of them.
Yep, there was a ton of kids. We got to fix some rules on some of the kids mods because I think we had so many different things and none of us were invited to the first rule thing, and we took it all in there. We made a package deal. I think some of them got combined and we got them put on the website and it got messed up.
Okay.
So,
okay.
but we're not gonna worry about that. If there's some stupid rule, like I seen the door bars rules.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I heard someone say they were taking that out.
They were taking that out and then it didn't.
You
get
can run
taken.
it, but don't have to. Right?
You can run it, but you don't have to. So I seen that some of the guys had them in there, and they asked me about it, and that's not going to come out. And the other things I want to take out, and I want to do this for the go karts and all this other stuff. Have you actually read the claim rules
On
everything? It's ridiculous.
Seems like they're different for every track.
Well, like the B-Mod, it's like you can claim a motor for $750 or something. And don't quote me on the exact number, but I think that's pretty close. We're getting rid. That's got to go.
Yeah, because you can't.
And you can claim a shock.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
All that, I don't know, all these kids, my guys, you guys are gonna have to talk to me about that, but that just seems like a joke.
I mean, claim rules are always.
That seems
That's where
stupid.
problems
Well, I seen if you were in a go-kart class and everyone had a brand new beginner go-kart and the motor was $500. Say the motor was $500 and there was nothing else to it.
Right.
And you wanted somebody else's motor. I get it, but you can't go get no kid mod motor, $750. They're all over the place. Now, can you get one from a junkyard that's $100 probably? But you're still going to have to fix it, and if you put all new stuff in, you're going to have not a bunch of money in it, but you're going to not have a junkyard motor for $750.
Yeah, see,
So
I
some
feel
of that-
like that stuff's outdated and
Yes.
never got updated.
So, but hey, right when you walk into any of these tracks, and which I'm pretty sure Farmington has it too, there is a sign there that says, like promoter / owner / director of competition, whatever it is, has the right to do whatever they want to do, pretty much. And I'm gonna stick to some of that.
Right. Yeah.
Because some of this stuff is pretty stupid.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna fix it all anyway, so if you come up to me and be like, it's in the rules, well, I'm gonna change it. And so, I just think that some of it's just outdated and gone.
Right.
So,
See, I feel like a lot of the times people go in and they update rules, and I could say I'm probably guilty of it too. When I updated our rules, you update rules that you know you need to change, but then you don't take stuff out that's outdated and
Yeah.
irrelevant anymore. So.
and I did see, like we just might had to comment, you can't just show up at our track and then claim something or do whatever, but some of them just seemed really ridiculous. Like I read where you could claim each shock on the corner or something.
Really?
Or something like that for $75, or I don't even remember, but that all seems like a big.
You can't even buy a spec shock for $75.
Yeah, I was like, well, this don't seem right. So we're gonna go through with that. So, but don't worry about it. If we're not gonna dig into it, if you're one of the guys that's gonna go out there and claim a whole bunch of stuff, it's not gonna work out for you. Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to shut that down. Too.
Right.
The door bar thing was a big item. I think. Ooh, there's 61 people watching.
Look at you
That's
go!
Oh, somebody just got
Mine
out
still
there.
says 61.
Oh, okay.
There you go, 62 now.
Yep. No, but I mean,
We'll take another person, but.
the amount of Farmington there weren't a ton of new people at Farmington, really.
No, there were some, a lot of the people that ran in the past, and of course we had some kids mods show up, and we had we had quite a few late models show up over the period of the 3 different days. But one that really caught my eye was the last day,
On
on Wednesday. Did you hear who was there?
I seen it.
Yeah.
I seen it.
Behind the wheel of the number 22 sprint car, owned by Robbie Standridge.
Yep.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, was informed it's the reason why he's not racing himself is because he's not cleared maybe medically to be able to race, which I get. Behind the wheel for the first time in I think at least 5 years. I don't know if any of you remember, 5 at least.
It's been a handful.
The one and only Joey Montgomery.
Yep. Joey
When they
Montgomery.
said he was there, I said, "What? No, he's not." And I immediately went right up the pit road to see if I could find him. And sure enough, I was sitting there. I'm like, "Man, this guy's in the seat of a sprint car again."
Yep. And now are they going to run a full schedule or not?
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to talk to either
Yeah.
one of them about it. So, but we'll take them. I mean,
Yeah, that'll bring people in.
yeah. Everybody likes, I growing up, I was a big Montgomery fan in general between him and Timmy. So, and so was my sister, and all,
Yep.
we all were. And so I'd love to see the guy race again,
Yep.
especially since again it's our new young talent that we've had added since he's left. The people that were there at the end of his racing career prior,
He may get back in it though, and some of these new kids, he may be like, I'm gonna quit again.
Right, he might, but he also might get in it, and then everybody be like, "How do you not race for 5 years and then come out and wax our
no
butt
kidding.
every weekend?" It's just
Yep.
you never know. But it's
Yep.
pretty cool to see him behind the wheel, and to see him teamed up with Robbie Standridge. That's what I'm saying. Like that combination right there is lethal.
That's pretty.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a
So
lethal combo.
is Joey entitled to Rookie of the Year at Farmington Empire Speedway?
No, because he's that's a good question.
It's new. It's a new track.
He's competed
Okay.
in 10 or more 410 sprint car events at Farmington Impact Speedway,
Yeah.
which I think is the qualifications to that.
Yeah. No, I get it. Oh, claim rule. Well, man, sorry to tell you about it, but some of the claim rules need revamped, so that's the way it is.
Right. Like I could see if you want to claim like the base cost of an engine. Claim
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I was reading through some of it, and I didn't.
No, yeah,
I
it
thought
does
was
need
pretty-
updated.
I thought it was pretty dumb on. I mean, they were claiming 10 different things on there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not into that.
Yeah,
And,
I get that.
And I mean, racing nowadays, well, I was exactly just getting ready to say it. Racing nowadays is going to cost you a whole bunch of money, even if you're in the bottom, I mean, if you race Pro 4 to a sprint car,
Yep.
you're gonna spend a bunch of money, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the name of the game. It's a hobby for a reason,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, and people are gonna cheat no matter what, so it don't really matter.
Right. Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
no, now, saying that, I don't mind the claim rule, I just think it's too cheap. That's what I'm kind of
No,
trying to say.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like a base cost of an engine.
Yeah.
I can understand, but you're not going to claim what was the B mod when you said $750?
No, I think that was the kids mod was
The kids
750.
mods.
I think it was 750, but I mean, like somebody that's really got their stuff together and they've been like the Stolzers, are you gonna go claim their motor for $750? I would just say no.
No.
And then you DQ him? No, he's good.
Right.
So,
Right.
I mean, are they cheating? I don't know. I'm not gonna tear the motor down,
Right.
but
That's
he's
where
good.
checking. That's where checking comes
yeah,
into
he's
play.
good.
You
So
check
I
what you
mean,
can.
he's gonna be pretty good. But yeah, I like to claim somebody it's gonna be a top shoe there no matter what. I mean, yeah, you could claim them, but it needs to be $2,000, or I mean,
Right.
it needs to be
Enough to cover the cost of the
or
base cost of the
they
motor.
can build that motor again.
Yes.
So I mean, something like that. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I just read a few of them because we have been
Did you read? I'm reading Seth's comment. More you spend, the faster you can go. he
Yep.
says.
I mean, that's just the way it goes. I mean,
Yeah.
but I was just reading, we're having a big issue with our website at Doe Run 2, and we've been going through our rules, and we thought we had it all going, and then some of the old rules were still on there, and then some of them were off of there, and then it got combined, so we've got to revamp some of that stuff. So, I mean, bear with us on all that. But I mean, if you want to know it, I mean, I'll make the decision, and everybody can be mad at me,
Right.
or you. So, I mean, it's not like we're trying to make you mad. We're just, if something, because since the whole takeover of, our website's brand new, it had to get wiped out, and half of it got wiped out that
Right.
shouldn't have got wiped out. And then, we don't know half the rules, and we're trying to put them all together. And if there's something that ain't in there and you think you're gonna get away with it or whatever, we're not doing that. We're there to have fun. And if it's a rule that, we missed, or, something that's really obvious, one of us is gonna say, hey, that should have been in there, and sorry.
Right.
And if you can't handle that, I mean, racing ain't for you, really.
Right. Especially understanding, just taking over everything.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta. Well, I mean, there's some things like when I get phone calls about the rule book of Farmington, it's mostly the factory stock because I don't know enough. I come from a track where they haven't been ran at, so I don't really know a whole lot about them. So I'm still kind of learning them. And I get a phone call, and I'm like, well, I have to pull the rule up, be able to tell you.
Yeah, and that's what I've done with the kids mods, the B mods, which, Billy's taking care of all that, but even Billy looked at it and was like, oh, some of that wasn't supposed to be back in there, so we kind of were like, ah, crap. So we got to figure, but the go-karts is getting me now. Some of the go-kart stuff, is getting me. So we'll figure it all out. It ain't that big of a deal to me. Some people it might be a big deal, but to me, it's just, it ain't a big deal. But whatever they were before is pretty much what we're going with. Besides the kids mod, we tried to make that all even, but we did read some of the stuff in there that was a little, and I don't know where half of it came from, to be honest. So I know Billy and a few other people got it all together, but even Billy was like, I don't remember some of that. So I think a lot of it got combined.
Sometimes when you try to add in rules from other sanctions to kind of allow others to come on board, the things get added in here and there. So, but Seth had a question about what is a claim rule. So some classes, typically not. I don't know of any sprint car classes that have one. Do you have a claim rule?
I don't think so. I mean, in any classes like that, it's your money.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
You should run whatever the heck you want to run.
Right.
Besides any kind of cheating stuff, dope tires,
Right.
traction control,
Right,
stuff like that. That's a rule, but just like outlaw micros, you can do whatever you want.
Right, right.
Besides dope tires or this, and there's certain little rules, but they're not like all the other rules that are trying to get. But yeah, that's I'm getting at the whole point of you can't claim a motor for this $10,000 motor, and
Right.
the claim rule's $1,000. I mean,
Right,
come
yeah,
on.
because, so Seth, to clarify, like the claim rule there is you would pay, if you want to claim the motor, you have to first of all be in the class, run so many laps, finish on the lead lap at most places.
I think you have to be like a top 5
top-
car.
yeah, 5
I mean, there's a ton of rules
And then
about
you have like 30 minutes after the race, you
Yep.
could go up to the person running the scales or the promoter or something, and you could claim someone's whatever, shock, motor, and there's usually a number amount in there that tells you how much you claim it for, and then they can either, if they accept the claim, then you get the motor and they get the money. If they turn down the claim, typically they get disqualified.
Yeah.
But obviously got to make changes to that because it's just
Yeah.
not. It really is an outdated system. Not saying it doesn't need to be. Something doesn't need to be there to keep things at cost.
Yeah.
But you also have to consider like at cost. Well, $750 for a motor is not cost.
Well, and it may have been 10 years ago.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, can you go buy it? I don't even know what they run Ford 2.3.
Well, in the kids mods, I know
Yeah.
they have a 4-cylinder package and they have a V6 package.
Yeah.
But I don't know enough about either. Off the top
I
of my
haven't.
head.
I don't even got my book with me, but
Yeah.
I have her down there. But I know that you're not going to go to a junkyard and everybody's going to get the same price on those
Exactly.
things.
Exactly.
And half of them don't run right, so you got to dump money into it. And
Right.
I mean, you can put all OEM stuff in it. So, I mean, if you rebuilt a brand new one and you wanted the brand newest stuff, you're going to spend some cash.
Exactly.
Not $750.
Exactly.
And I hope I'm right with 750 since I've thrown it out there so many times. But anyway, we're gonna revamp all that. So don't come out with a bunch of money on the first night claiming stuff because it's probably not gonna be there. It's probably gonna be right. But which I don't even think you can do it on the first night. I think it's got to be.
Yeah, you have to run so many nights,
many
don't
nights,
you?
yeah.
And you have to finish I don't know. I think it's consistently in the top 10 or maybe 5. I don't know, depending on the class maybe. I know that when I was racing 4-cylinders, you had to finish on the lead lap, like not just. And then I think you also finish in the top 10 on the lead lap.
Okay.
If that makes sense. But
Yeah.
I raced 4-cylinders at Fredericktown back in 2010. So, and it was cheap then, but also so was my car.
Yeah.
My car, I think my dad said he only had $800 in my 4-cylinder. So, $800 on the whole thing. And so a claim, that makes sense.
Except for the hot fuel and all the other stuff.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like when he bought the car, I think he said for $800.
Oh yeah.
Back in 2010.
I don't even know. Does B mods and like A mods, they have all kind of claim rules and stuff too?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a claim rule on the shocks,
Okay.
but I know I could be wrong, but I don't remember ever seeing one on the shocks in like the pro mods when I was working up at Peebly,
Yeah.
because everybody had to run the same shock. That was a part of the rule package. They all had to run that spec shock. And if there was a claim rule, then it was probably like $75, because when they put those rules into place, that's how much the shocks were. I mean, now they're a little more expensive.
Oh, see, I'm down with that. If you can buy a set of shocks and they're $100 a piece and the claim rule's $100,
For a shock, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, at cost.
hey, claim mine every week. I'm
Right.
gonna give you a new set.
I'm gonna get a brand new one. I get it on order right now.
So that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yes.
Whatever the cost of it is for the initial deal, but I think that's hard to do when you do the junkyard motors. You know, I mean, I don't know how you, I mean, what if you get one and it's kind of messed up and you put a bunch of money into it, but it's all stock, regular shit? I mean, I don't know. I'm over it. I'm over the claim rule. I'm over all that.
And it also is just kind of like a pain to have to keep up with.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
there's so much other things that we have going on to
Okay.
keep up with all that as a promoter and competition director. So
Yeah, but play days, man, that was,
I thought they were successful.
holy cow, man. I was 150%. And man, the first one, and this was the coolest thing, and I think I've already told about everybody, but, and man, I hate I don't like to bring up the old stuff or this, blah, 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 but, you know, the first play day we had, and I think there was 40 cars, whatever it was, and everybody, you know, came, you know, it was daytime, of course, tracks get slick, they do this or whatever, but the track was pretty awesome, but a lot of my Outlaw Micro guys were like, dude, it was slick as shit, and I flat-footed that thing. and usually, you're feathering that, but I think the way you go in the corners at Doe Run now with it banked, going into the corner better like that, it just rifles you like
Yeah.
the junior sprints.
It's like it
Holy
needs the
cow.
gas. It
Yes.
needs the fuel.
Now speaking of that, until we get a handful of of really good, say, Outlaw Micros out there, I don't think it's gonna go up past mid-track or so until we get enough to go up there,
Uh-huh.
because the middle is so fast, the way it rifles you off the corner. And I mean, all of them were like, this is awesome, but to get back to my point, people when we were leaving, I was like, oh man, somebody's gonna be like, man, the track got slick, or man, it almost did this, and I didn't have one, this is the first session, the first weekend we had it. Everyone pulled up there, and when I was telling everybody bye, and just trying to be up by the fence and just let everybody, say, hey, thanks for coming, or whatever, everybody's like, it was awesome to pull in this gate and not be pissed off when I rolled in here. and they all said, Usually I roll through here and I'm pissed and I'm looking for something to complain about.
Yeah.
And they go, the whole atmosphere was so just like, we're here doing something cool with all our racing buddies and this is awesome. And I was like, hell yeah, man, that's what we're kind of trying to go back to. And then even our second one we just had yesterday, man. I mean, I had a couple people, I went up there and made a mistake. I did go up in the front. I just wanted to make sure the front people was doing good and concession, because we had the concessions open to halfway, and I just wanted to make sure everybody's doing good. And everybody's like, throw some water on the track. I did have a handful of people yell at me because it was dusty and the wind was blowing 10,000 mile an hour. But we could have I don't know if everybody's seen, I ran that little black truck through there. And I mean, it took me 15, 20 minutes because it just don't put up a ton of water. But we couldn't dump the whole truckload of water on there because then we had to run the whole thing back in. Yeah. So, I mean, you can either have the play day like that or not. But running it or doing the little black truck thing it helped for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. But it knocked a little bit of the dust down. But it was just, because I didn't want to do it because, Mark does the track and I'm not. I even went up to him and said, hey, this is your track. I don't want to. But somebody everybody was yelling at me, so I went back there and I said, hey man, people are yelling at me. He's like, well, it ain't really gonna help nothing. And I'm like, I know it's not gonna help nothing, but it's gonna get people off my back. And I said, do you mind? Because I was nervous wreck to even say it. Because I didn't want Mark to be like, you trying to run my track, you son of a bitch, or hit me with a pole or something. And I'm like, I didn't even want to say nothing, but then I was like. And
he's done so well with the track.
Oh, it's smooth as freaking everything. And I was like, oh God, I was just like pacing around there and just like looking around at the black truck, like, oh man. And then I asked him, he's like, yeah, you can do it. It ain't really gonna do nothing. I said, well, it ain't gonna mess anything you've done, right? And he's like, no. And I said, okay. So I did it, and it helped for a few sessions, but I noticed it didn't fly up, which it did help that like right after we did that, the modifieds came out. So when they come up there in it, it wasn't as dusty. And then carts, micros, carts. So it helped for probably a half hour or more. And I did notice the people when I went back up there, they were like, "Oh man, that was good." And it really wasn't helping the track.
Right.
It was helping the people, I guess, the dust and the atmosphere. But I was a nervous wreck because I didn't want Mark to be like, "Here's the keys to the tractor.
Yeah.
You want to till it too?"
Yeah.
But
yeah, because he's put how many hours in that thing?
Oh man, yeah.
And we all know he does an amazing job with it.
Yeah,
I knew the track was gonna be good,
but I ordered bigger nozzles for the black
there you go.
I did order bigger nozzles because if it don't really mess with anything, he can't do everything. He ain't gonna be able to run the tractor, run the water truck, run this, and run everything. And I don't mind driving it through the pits. I don't mind doing all that stuff. So we get some bigger nozzles and get all that going. I'll run half of it too. I don't want nothing to do with tilling and stuff like that because I don't have a clue. Or the grader sucks. I don't want nothing to do with that either. But he can't do everything himself. So since we got new nozzles and everything, we need to fucking get up there and throw the dust out. I'm down now because I looked good in it.
And you'll want the more water coming out.
Oh yeah, for
especially
sure.
with the mic. Once you get a show going and you get like a lot of micros in there.
Oh yeah.
Because you have to keep the
top. Well, and even Mark, he hadn't been around the whole micro stuff, man. The right rear micro stuff are soft tires.
Oh yeah.
They are soft, so they're gonna lay down some rubber, man. And when that happens, what happens? Everybody's yelling at you. So.
Yeah. Nobody
but
likes that.
We haven't had a nighttime deal either, so.
Right, that's true.
A full nighttime. When we quit the one night, that was when we would have started.
Right. You're talking about the first night, right? Yeah.
So that was when we would have been started to race. So I think we'll be rocking and rolling, man. I think that'll help out a ton. But also, we only had 40 or 50 cars the last couple times, and I think we're going to have
opening night ran a lot.
50 to 100 cars.
Friday's going to be a busy night.
And we're racing Friday. All you people think that it's raining, it ain't raining. We've already got a plan. We'll shuttle people in if we have to the track. The good thing about Doe Run though, the pits don't get rained out. It's if you can't get on the track. And I will say over years past, Doe Run doesn't rain out a ton.
Right. Yeah.
Even if it rains, it's got to rain a bunch. And even if the infield gets completely soaked, you can grade a little line there where the chute is, and everybody run right through there. And I think it'll be pretty easy to not have too many rainouts. Now, will everybody be tracking around in mud in the infield and all our workers? Yeah, that'll suck. But we can either race or we can't. You know?
Right.
So I think I mean, and the rain keeps dissipating as the week goes on. You know,
Right.
I looked yesterday and I was like, oh man. Then I looked this morning, I was like, oh, it looks better. And then even this evening, it's already down to nothing for Friday, but Thursday shows rain. So I think if the pits stay okay and we can at least get cars on and off the track, and well, first you gotta get the tractor and everything on the track.
Right.
See how that goes. But if that all happens, Doe Run's a pretty good place to not get a lot of rainouts. So
That's
I
fair.
think we'll be pretty good. As long as Mark wants to try it, we're trying it. So
Yeah, and he'll tell you. Like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
pretty good. He'll know.
yeah,
How many cars did you say you had there the first
41.
40? And then how many was the second?
I didn't get to count them all, but there was more.
There was quite a bit.
I think we hit 50. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's a normal race night last year.
Yeah, that's true. Very
I
true.
hate to bring that up.
One thing I did notice while we were out there, especially yesterday, is from the first test session to yesterday's, the improvements out of mostly the kids that I saw from
Oh,
the
yeah.
night, the first time to the
That's
second
what I was
one.
gonna bring up.
I'm glad we got these
Yes,
in.
that's why I was gonna bring up the play days. You guys didn't have, when I said the new people, and you said Joey Montgomery obviously ain't new, but we have a lot of new people.
A lot
Mostly
of
in the kids' mods, mostly in the kids' carts. The
Yes.
carts, they needed it.
Yes.
Man, we got a couple wild people in the carts, man.
A couple that are all gas.
All
And I love it.
I mean, I'll just say that the 88 kid.
Oh, yeah, he
is gonna. I already told his dad. I said, "Do you realize how much money you're getting ready to spend?" And he's like, "Yeah."
One thing I will say, once he gets it figured out, the kid's gonna be fast.
Yeah, he is.
He's
Yeah,
gonna be very fast.
dude, he
Yeah.
went from the wall to the infield.
He
But
tested every bit of the track.
you never heard a. "Buh." It was a
Yeah,
the whole
yesterday,
time. He came off the track and come off there to jump the thing down a donut, went in the grass. I mean, I was like, holy cow!
Yesterday he was running, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was his right rear or left rear.
Left rear. That's right there.
So he was trying to figure out what was, and I stopped him, and he was trying to go, and I said, Bud, you're missing a wheel. Hold on 1 second, let's shut it off. So we shut it off, and because I could tell he was trying to figure out. So
he was ready to go.
I looked at him, I said, dude, you were going so fast, you drove the wheel off of it.
I seen his dad make a post today, or it might have been the evening last night. He said that was his fault.
Oh.
He didn't tighten it.
I was gonna say, so I looked, and there was nothing wrong with any part on the car. There was nothing wrong. It was just gone. The wheel was gone.
The wheel was just gone, and the lug nuts were gone.
Yep,
man.
I was gonna say that was all gone. Nothing was ripped, nothing was cracked, nothing was broken. It was all just gone.
Yeah, no.
So who is that? Because I don't recognize.
The guy's name, I think, is John Elridge, and I'm not 100% sure what he actually does, but I think he works for maybe like a supercar team or like a pavement. You know how they have like Corvettes and
Yeah.
It looks like he does something with that. Now I don't know exactly what it is, but and I don't think he drives it. And I think he is more of a career or something. And I could be totally wrong, but just by I've messaged him back and forth, and his page will pop up. So I seen it, but it looks like he does do something with some kind of cars.
That's cool. Okay.
And then the kid, I think he's fresh though.
Yeah.
He's real-
Well, I say I don't recognize.
yeah,
the-
and I think
him
he's
at all.
friends with like Steffens. I've seen where a lot of the
Oh, okay.
outlaw kart guys are trying to get him to come somewhere else, but we're gonna keep him at Doe Run.
Right, there you go. Yeah, we're keeping it.
We're keeping him at Doe Run.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I like the kid. I liked the kid when I was talking to him on
Oh
the
yeah,
first stretch.
he was.
I said, once he can figure out the line and how to run it, I said he's gonna be hard to beat. He's gonna be fast.
Oh yeah, they come up to me after the race, and he was. His dad said, "Hey, what time does everything start?" Because on Fridays is rough for him, and I said, "Man, God, I was just puzzled. I was scrolling through my phone because I had so many pictures." And the kid goes, "You own this place, and you don't even know what time we start." And I was like, "Dang!"
I like the kid. That's funny. Yeah, but no, I noticed a lot of them, especially some of the kids mods kids. Their throttle control,
Yep.
and then some of the restrictor kids. And I know his dad's sitting right here, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And I would say even if it wasn't sitting there, but Camden, like from the first night, I remember when he pulled in the infield, he couldn't get it in. He couldn't figure out, there was something going on, and he was having trouble getting it in neutral. He kept saying, I can't get it in neutral, I can't get it in neutral. Then the second session he was out that day, he pulls in, he stops, I'm like, oh man, he still can't get it to whatever he needs to do. I rolled up behind him, and he goes, all I see is his hands go up. He goes, I got it in neutral! And I just laughed. I said, all right, let's go, bud. I pushed him off the track. And then yesterday, I was watching, and it was nice because there was a session that he got to go out there where there wasn't very many cars out there, so I really got to listen to what he was doing. And I'm like, man, like he's got the throttle, he's starting to get the throttle control down, and he sounds it, he looks really good and real smooth. And then he comes out the next session and the wing just disappears, and we're like, oh no! So then he tried non-wing for a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. He was actually, Davey told me earlier in the day, he goes, hey, I think I'm gonna take the wings off and I'm gonna run some non-wing. And I was like, oh, cool. I didn't know he meant like in turn 1 and 2. He was gonna take the wing off.
While the wing is still on.
While he was
just gonna
still running. And there's like a billion pictures. Every photographer must have been like watching him at that moment, because everyone had pictures of the whole scene from it going like at a 45, at a 90, all the way back.
All the
and
way back.
It was pretty good. But
Yeah, I pulled up to the pit area a little bit later, and I go, hey, Cam. He goes, what? I go, non-wing's a little different, isn't it? He goes, yeah.
mostly when you do it during your lap.
Yeah, yeah. And he took it off, went back out there. I could tell he was, because you could tell he tried to drive it into the corner, the very first corner, without the wing, the same way he would with the wing. And you could tell, it's like he realized, oh, okay, you can't do that. Like, you gotta do it a little different. You gotta approach it a little differently. They are different. I mean, it's why you have 2 separate classes.
I was gonna say something else here, and Gabrielle come up and posted that. I was gonna talk about Presley Hall, because I mean, not to say anything, but last year she finished, she was a 5 to 10 place car or whatever, and she was hauling the mail. Hauling the mail.
I'm glad that we put a transponder on her.
Yep.
Because we were watching, there was one session where she went out there, it was just her and Carter.
Yep.
Both of them turned great laps.
Yep.
She turned some really good laps, and we went back and looked, and my sister, I had her look at it, she said she was consistently from I can't remember, whatever 0.3 to a whatever 0.7. So all her laps were right in that same range. And I told her, I said, I heard her lift one time when she thought she got a little too close to Carter. I said, I guarantee you those are your 0.7 laps, because she lifted.
I think
she was turning.
I think the way that the track's set up going into the corner, when you stand on the straightaway, man, and you watch them go into say 3, I really watched Xander 2 weeks ago, and they don't really even have to steer that thing.
No, it
sets them up so good the way he graded it. It sets them up, and they just dive down. And after, I was going to bring up Presley Hall, because I was like, holy cow. Because, I mean, she's always been fast and everything, but she hasn't won or done nothing like that and stuff like that. But I was watching her, and I was like, where did this come from?
Right, if I'm not mistaken, 2 years ago, she only ran it, 1 or 2 times? And then last year, she was her first full season. So I think it's now time where you can tell she feels a lot more comfortable, because when she gets out of the car, you can see it on her face that she feels more comfortable.
Yep.
She's ready to go.
Here's the bad thing, and I keep talking about this at Farmington for the sprint cars. The sprint cars have such a group of guys, like I said, Scotty and Corbin and Brad Bowden and your Jeff Asher. There's like 6 or 7. Oh yeah.
See what you did there.
There's probably more, to be honest. There's probably the top 10 cars. Anyone can win every week. The unfortunate thing is, that's going to be bad, because they're all so fast right now. And I think that junior sprint deal is going to be the same way. Because you're going to have so many of these kids that are all just popped up and they're ready to rock. Mm-hmm. And I mean, between Bates and Presley Hall and Parsons and even
who were the first you said? Bates and Xander too, right?
Xander.
Well,
dang it, the dad has My Light and
Hayes. Yes.
Gosh, dang it, man! I always forget that.
What is?
But I mean,
Easton, right? Easton Hayes.
There is 6 or 7 also of those that are the same exact deal. I think all of them are going to be the same speed, and not to say it's a bad thing, but I think everyone's going to have to get back to old school racing, where when all these kids or even these sprint cars, man, you guys reckon wrecking each other. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You gotta just be
Give
like,
and take.
this sucks, man, brush it off, man. And because I think all these people are so tight knit now, close in the same speed that, you know, something's gonna happen. And mostly in the kids stuff, you know, they're gonna get a little, oh God, nervous or something and hit each other, cause a big pile up. And I think the days of, you know, just getting super mad about it, I mean, everybody can still get super mad about it, it is what it is, but I think it's gonna happen a bunch and everybody's gonna have to kind of just brush it off.
Well, especially, and I know it's still a lot of money, but when it comes to the kids, like, you have to understand.
The
they
caliber.
are kids.
The caliber is what I'm saying.
Yes.
The caliber of kids that have stepped up, and just the game has stepped up, and even the sprint cars. There's not a guy out there really that you're going to be like, he's going to dominate all year.
Right.
You know, I don't think
I get what you're saying.
that's going to happen. I think you're going to see a bunch of winners, and so in all the other classes too. I mean, even from the outlaw micros to the restricted micro. The restricted micro is going to be probably one of the worst, because those are so tight knit of exact same stuff, and almost everybody out there has the exact same motor package, injection package, or similar. So it's gonna be tough, man.
Yeah,
But,
Tanner Beers is on here saying that Brody took his go-kart out there
Yep,
2 sessions and come out and said he's ready for a junior sprint or a micro.
well, and I was gonna bring it, because I think a few years ago, man, it was when they kind of stopped racing, because it was real rough there for a year.
Yeah.
A lot of go-karts were having a lot of problems. I think they kind of quit a little bit. I think he does sports and stuff too. But,
yeah.
But now, if it does rain a whole bunch these next couple of weeks, go-karts and junior sprints, don't jump on us, because the track may get a little cowboy up, because
For them, yeah.
there's no, I mean, I don't think Mark's gonna be able to slick it up when it rains.
Rain causes problems.
Yeah, so, I mean, the way the track was, that is a go-kart, and if you thought it was rough this weekend and you were in a go-kart junior sprint, I don't know what you're gonna do when it gets rough, because that was nice. That was silky smooth right there, people. So it's gonna get a little bit, but you know, Mark did bring up something, you know, every time the go-karts and all them go out, we need to take our whole field of push trucks and run the bottom and just mash down anything that's kind of out there.
I was sticking up.
And he told me that a while back, and I just didn't get to.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
And and we haven't did it, which we didn't have to do it the other day, but that's just, you know,
Yeah.
I think that would help, and it may, even if there's some holes and stuff, it might not help, but.
Anybody show up to those tests and tunes of yours that surprised you? Okay, I have a question. It answers my question for me. Who, the Ricky Thornton Jr. cars?
Yes, they are from, I'm gonna say Arkansas-ish, or Tennessee-ish. They're friends with Preston Surratt.
Okay.
Dude's cool as, he even did it. He put a big old poster. I went and checked on them 2 or 3 times, because they're brand new.
Okay.
Brand new.
Yes.
His boy wanted to race, and he wanted to race, and they wanted to find good cars, which didn't really, and Surratt was like, I got these people, they're gonna buy a couple cars, and blah, 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 and he was like, man, it's gonna be pretty cool, and they're good dudes, man, you'll like them, and I'm like, oh, awesome, and I met him, and they're cool people.
Yeah.
And Surratt calls me, and he's like, well, they bought a couple cars, and I said, really? And he goes, yeah, from a guy named Ricky Thornton Jr., and I was like, well, they got some nice stuff.
They did.
He said, man, it was a blast, but they'll probably follow Surratt and them a lot.
Right.
And once they get their, you know, but I mean, Surratt and them are gonna be at Doe Run quite a bit too, because even on like not opening nights, but even on like off weekends where there's nothing big, those guys don't have nowhere to run very close, so they can go Doe Run SIR, and still run for, you know, Doe Run, we're gonna have 16 outlaw micros every week. So it's gonna be $500 to win every single
Right.
week. You know, so the days of a $500 show being semi-special is probably gone. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm paying $500 every week.
Right.
But
There's
there's probably more than 16 that bought parking spots that on a normal night, when they're there, that's gonna be $500 a night. So that'll be pretty good, but.
Right.
No, but,
So someone that night that they were there told me, I was driving around just greeting people, and they said, man, someone's a Ricky Thornton Jr. fan. I said, no, because I thought I had heard
they're getting them rewrapped.
Right, I thought I had
getting
heard we
rewrapped.
talked about
Yeah.
them buying, or whoever it was
Yeah.
bought it from Ricky. I said, no, I said, it's not that they're Ricky Thornton fans, and I said, if I'm not mistaken, the story I was told, they didn't even know who Ricky Thornton was. Those are Ricky Thornton's cars.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not really sure. He just said he wanted a whole shooting match, and I'm don't know if they went to the shootout and seen some or whatever they did, but yes, sir. It's like they just bought it and they're ready to rip. And I told them that Doe Run's a place to go. If we're not, and if they don't want to go to a big show, you know, they'll probably still come up and hit us up. But yeah, he put a big old post on Facebook. It was freaking awesome. He's like, man, the track promoter guy, he even come up and checked on us, made sure, which I knew they were brand new. And I mean, and I tried to talk to almost everybody, but it got so crazy.
Right.
That's really hard to do. But I tried to tell everybody thanks for coming and all that different stuff. But yeah, man, they were pretty cool. But going back to the track deal, so I mean, if it does rain a whole bunch, which I think we'll still get it pretty good, and I think we'll be able to keep the bottom. But yeah, Tanner Beers needs his boy. How old is he?
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure he's younger than Cruz.
Is he 10?
No, I think they're right around the same age.
If he's 10, skip.
Oh, maybe 1 year younger.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're.
If he's right around 10, man, I would.
Somewhere.
They might be the same age because I feel like I've seen them at like the football.
He's pretty quick in the intermediate anyway. I think it's restrictor time.
He's
I don't
an
think it's
athlete.
junior. I don't think it's junior sprint time. You're gonna run a junior sprint for maybe a year. If he was like 7, right?
You could go.
I would say, hey, yeah, junior sprint for a couple years, but I think you're wasting your money. I go, oh, he's 10. Restrictor then all the way,
Yeah, go
150%. What's the chance of Friday getting rained out? 0.
Take note, Peyton.
Yeah, we don't get
0.
rained out of the dough. Come on. Jeez.
Oh, I didn't realize Presley was also 10. Okay, Gabby just said he's also 10 in Presley's class. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Next year, Presley's ready for a restrictor.
Yeah.
Or maybe mid-season.
Yeah.
Once Neubauer wins the B-Mod Track Championship at Del Run, he can take that money and buy a restrictor.
There you go. Yeah. You heard it here, Robbo.
I think the Stanfields and Sharp and Griffin and all them will have something to say about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There's a lot
There's
of
a
them
lot.
that want to be B-Mod
But I
champions.
feel like I'm pretty sure they're all talking like they're going to be running for the whole
A
season.
lot of them, man. I mean,
Bill Nicholson, I think I heard him
Yep,
say he's
yep.
running the whole season.
he wants to do it too.
Yep.
And that's another thing, you know, on like Friday, if we get a good night in and everything, we didn't have like where we had a whole bunch of modifieds and a whole bunch of micros. So those modifieds pushed that track up.
Mhm.
So
They did.
Who knows
they
what's
did
gonna
yesterday in that
Yep.
year. Yeah, they
who
will.
knows, man? So the micros may get up, or I just think that middle is so crazy fast.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of that J.R. Henson, which said he'll be there Friday, he was the first one I noticed because the first weekend, like it looked like you just put your right rear at the wall when you go in the corner, and dude, it just slingshot. It looked like you could have let go of the wheel,
And it turns you through the
and
corner.
it just went through the middle of the track, and all you heard was 16,000 RPM. You didn't hear. I mean, it would dog down, but you didn't hear nothing else. I mean, I was like, holy crap.
What?
No.
You're talking about the 67 viewers?
Oh, no. 6, 7 viewers, too, yeah.
Or you
Yeah.
you talking about Coulter's?
Oh, and, no, oh.
Coulter
Ouch.
says because we didn't say his name.
Didn't say his name?
Yeah. He was trying to rip the top.
Hey, that
yesterday.
video was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
It made everybody look at it and go, where's he going?
Yeah, I think he
But
posted like
It looked good. Before,
Yeah.
when you would have got there, you'd have been like, you might as well just took the steering wheel of the car and let Jesus take the wheel before. But now you could actually get there and it still looked good. It wasn't the fastest probably. I don't really know, but somebody was going to have to ram him to get him out of the way because he
Yeah.
was still moving.
Yeah,
on.
well, I think he even said it goes may not be the fastest way around, but it's the funnest way around. or
It was.
something like that.
It definitely looked 10 times better than before. So that
Yeah.
was pretty good.
5 cars getting the most win. I think that was. Would that be Coulter's car? I guess maybe.
I
don't know.
I don't know.
But I don't think that's his number, so I don't know. But
Well,
yeah,
so opening night, you know, we have mod lights and A class that are rotating, and Cameron said add A class. We're not adding A class. I would like to get rid of A class.
where's I didn't see that.
We got skipped through a bunch of stuff,
it was
but
way back.
you got an outlaw car anyway.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I think he's trying to help his buddy Surratt out.
Oh.
Surratt needs to get. He's still running restrictor with all the kids. He
Oh,
needs to
come
get up
on.
there, and he's got an outlaw car too. You guys need to. You know, they always argue with each other. Surratt must not be on here, or they'd be fighting about something. But I thought Chamness was full blown outlaw, so
I thought he was.
you might as well be.
He probably has an A
Yeah.
class for like the shootout or something.
Yeah,
Like that, but I
sell
thought
it.
it was outlaw.
Sell that thing, man. We don't need that A class. I mean, we're gonna run them every other week, and they'll run a small tire, they'll run all this, some of that stuff, but A-class around here just never picks up, man, it never picks up. Last year, there was 10 in the class, but 6 of them were restrictor cars running A-class. So,
Right.
I mean, I don't like that. And, if we were gonna drop a few classes, pick up another class, I'd like to have a little,
Did you see that? Lane Surratt. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
I have you know, I'm racing outlaw this week.
oh, there you go.
There you
No,
go.
I did know they were getting an outlaw package. I just thought he was running restrictor and stuff, which they're running that now 600 stuff. They don't do outlaw.
Oh, yeah.
They did that because no one's
Wait.
racing yet.
Now 600 does or doesn't run outlaw? I thought they were outlaw.
No. They run,
Really?
most all their stuff's called stock or whatever it is.
So it's
But
the-
no, they have some races that are a now 600 race and they have the outlaw class.
Oh.
But most of the now 600 down in Oklahoma and Texas and all that stuff, the A classes.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But I've actually never been to
And a
the
lot of it's
600.
non-wing, so it don't really matter.
Right.
But
Right.
still, outlaws, that's where the cool kids are at. Sounds
Yeah.
better,
So,
feels better.
which class do you have on your opening night?
Mod lights.
lights.
Mod lights, and you guys better bring it.
Gonna have to give old Matt Boyd a call, tell him to get his ready. It's not.
I mean, come on.
Sorry, he was
Come
busy.
on.
He was busy this past weekend, so he didn't have time to work on it.
If he gets it out there this weekend, I'll be surprised, because I seen a picture of it, and it still looked like a frame almost. But, I mean, I think he'll get it together this year, just because he wants to race, so I think he will get it together, so I'm not gonna say no now, but before I'd have been like, yeah, he might race. But all the other guys, you gotta bring those, there's freaking 20 of them in our area almost, and it just seems like 3 of them are on vacation, 2 of them didn't wanna race, 4 of them didn't, and then there's the normal 4 that show, 4 or 6 or what showed up, but a bunch of the Illinois guys have reached out and said they wanna come.
Right.
So hopefully we can keep that class alive, man, because,
If I'm not mistaken, so they ran them up at the Mods Gone Wild show
Mhm.
2 weekends ago.
Yeah, but it's-
Easily.
you can't even count that as a show, because, or
Well,
you
for one,
can.
I think that's an IMCA.
Well,
deal.
which is fine, but did you see how many locals was there?
No, that's what I'm
4.
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, so I mean, they can say they had 20 or 30 Mod Lights, but when none of the locals went, besides 4 or so, that sucks. I also want to know, which I don't even think they watch on this show, but who's the Festus that builds cars? TRC,
Oh,
Nager and all them, build awesome cars.
Oh,
Everything
Dylan.
looks good.
yeah, Dylan. I
Yeah.
didn't realize. Okay.
There's 3 or 4 in that whole fleet. Never seen them at Del Run.
Really?
Which maybe they had an issue with years before, but anybody's got the Mod Light, get a hold of those guys. If they want to run Mod Lights, bring them down to Del Run, because if you're from Festus and you're not running our local track, I mean, that's kind of dumb. Let's build that class. If you want to build, and maybe you don't like Del Run or don't like, I don't know them, so they can't not like me.
Right.
So, but I think there's a group of 3 or 4, I think a father and a son, because one of them reached out and wanted to have a big show or something, and I said, dude, we gotta get that established, we gotta bring them back before we can, and he brought up the last year's, Mod Light show at the end of the year, and I said, yeah, but they were from Iowa, all these other different places, and Kansas City, and you can't throw a big money show at, I know SIR is this year, and they've got almost 40 signed up, which is what needs to
That's
happen.
pretty good.
But, yeah, I need those guys to come down on, and they may work and not be able to, but reach out to those guys, because I don't know any of those guys.
Right.
So any of you Mod Light guys, reach out to them and let them know, we're running them every other week. And possibility of what class we kind of get rolling with, A class or that or whatever, is what
What will stick?
stick.
So Dalton Ferris just brought up something that I was going to bring up, and that is that Trey Harris
I've
did
seen
get
that.
one, and it is nice looking.
Well,
And he can drive, so
yeah,
I'm just curious to see if he comes down on the weekends they race.
yeah, I mean, somebody get a hold of him too, he ain't got nowhere going Friday.
I'll message him. I'm not afraid. I'll message him for you.
Okay.
Don't worry.
And-
I'll message him after this.
And the Nagers, I think, they're the ones with the TRCs, right? Okay, so.
Yeah, Dylan. It's Dylan and what's
Dylan
the-
and Troy.
Troy. Yeah.
Yep, so, that's good. Hey, real quick though, and I forget every single time, my buddy Donnie Burrows, which he's from, I don't really know where he's from. I think he's from like Kansas or Colorado. I can't keep up, but he's moving.
That's the
to
one that ran the shootout, right?
He runs a shootout, super good dude. I mean, he was around us the whole time and everything. He got all kinds of, he is a sponsor's dream. Like, he works it. Like, he works he straight up works it. And he had a sponsor, and I was supposed to mention Wild Bites beef jerky. I mean, they had stacks of stuff. We had all the kids, I bet you there was 1,000 people at the shootout had Wild Bites beef jerky pamphlets, because we handed them to Cohen and all of them. They handed them out all over the whole, and people were just looking at it going crazy. But he hustles his sponsors, man, and I mean, he does sponsorships. I help him out too, but I tell him I don't have nothing. All my stuff's fake. He can't sell my cows because, I mean, it ain't nothing. I mean, he always, he's always watching our podcast, and that's what's on the side of his car, and everything. And until he gets something bigger, I'm like, hey, I'll just keep helping you, and then you can take it off anytime. But until then, just keep on rolling with it. But I know one of his he did get I think a soup sponsor also, but I know the Wild Bites beef jerky. I wanted to mention them, and so that he could tell them to listen to our show that we mentioned them on here, since we get, 5,000, 10,000 freaking views of stuff. And I mean, anything helps him. Yeah, he rocks the sponsorship stuff and hustles it. So there it is. I finally got the I didn't forget it this time when I seen his name pop up. But
there you go.
yeah, so Tyler will be in a mod light. How long though, Tyler? Before you get mad at me or something.
And who's my light?
I'm just kidding. He's is
it Brian's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Brian sent me messages, because we talked about Brian Worley there for a while, because everybody knew he was having some health issues or something, and I didn't want to say what he was. I didn't know. I just knew that was kind of an idea, and so I said something. He actually reached out and said, "Hey man, no, here's my deal," and he told me, he's probably going to try to stick with bigger cars because that my light beats him up, and then he said Tyler was going to get in it. And I was like, oh, well, heck yeah. I said, well,
now
rock and roll.
That's the other Hayes car, right?
Yes, yes. Yep, that's the other Hayes car. So I'm sure he'll pick it up pretty quick if he drove it a few times last year, I think. But, we'll see where that is. So he's going to try to be track champion, my light track champion.
There you go. There you go.
You got to get past a few others that have been doing it for a while, because I'll tell you what, and I say it every time, my lights at Doe Run before just coolest looking cars, and bored me to death because they just couldn't go anywhere. They were so kind of like go-karts. One of them got out of line, man. It was kind of like this.
Pack and go.
But dude, I don't know if you watched Billy Beard run it 2 weeks ago.
I missed it.
Oh, middle of the track the whole time.
Really?
Oh, middle of the track the whole time. And I was like, crap, now I gotta talk about it, man.
Does Jagger still have it?
He jumped in it too.
Okay.
And did the same thing, except he spun out a couple times.
Yeah.
But no, the mod lights are going to have a lot more room to run, so it's probably going to be a pretty good show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking.
Because before I always said, man, I just wasn't. It was a full throttle off the gas, and then if they had to just accidentally try to step on it and just go around somebody, it was tough.
Right.
I never thought it was so boring, because they would spin or bike up every time, and I didn't like it. But
I think
it's going to be a little different.
I think you get if they can get the top rolling in, they'll look good up there too.
Oh man,
I say that because last year when I'm going back to Peevely here, when we ran that, when I was at that show at the end of the year, I think Fall Frost, they had mod lights, and the most impressive thing is I watched a guy running last put it up all the way up on the wall.
Oh yeah.
And win the dang thing.
Yep, that was cool.
It was awesome.
Yep. But see, here's the thing: our guys around here, they run all here SIR. If they don't travel somewhere, you don't realize that these are oddball tracks for my lights.
Yes.
My lights run on Peevely is their standard track.
Yes,
You'll see them
cars.
on monster tracks. Monster tracks.
What's that place they just went down to in Florida? It's like almost a half mile.
Yeah. No. See. So
Bubba? Maybe it might be.
Bubba Raceway Park. But they're all those guys that travel around. They're used to running on those giant tracks.
Yes.
So when they come, that's why we probably don't get as many here, because they're not used to that. But yeah, that's pretty good. So Tim Nash is in here, so he's going to be our A mod if we have a race winner.
Big
I was going to say track champion, but Well, I don't know if we'll have an 8
Yeah,
I don't know if we'll have 8
I could be wrong,
but
I
his
think
boy's
he
going to
said-
be 2026 Kids Mods champion.
There you go. There you
Yep,
go.
yep.
I think
That's
he
the
even
rumor.
said he's going to run for the full time championship at Farmington in the AMOD. So
Yeah, no, I knew that.
he,
Yep.
which
That
I
was
you
a
know
definite.
he had said it when we announced the deal, but I didn't know if he had changed his mind since then. So that's why
No, I still think
I hope
he's
so.
100% in.
Yeah. Car looks good. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes between him and Chasten and Brent and all that, and several others. I know I'm missing a lot, but it's hard to think of them off the top of your head.
Yeah.
So if you don't ever get hurt, if feelings hurt, if we forget you, because it's not personal. It's just that we're talking. We don't have a script here.
Yeah. Well, I just can't keep up with trying to learn. You know, I'm 100%. I could name any of your micro guys, restrictor kids. I could just tell you what. I could tell you what motor they have. I could tell you anything. But then we start. Now that I've had to learn some of those modified guys, I'm like, oh, and I know most of them, or I at least know of them, or whatever. But then I'll forget one, you know, or anything like that, and I'm
Right.
just like, oh man. You know, Josh Reed. Didn't he run B mods at Doe Run for a while? But he's A mod now, right?
He was the defending AMOD champion.
Oh,
so yeah,
yeah, AMOD.
he's the 2025
Okay.
AMOD champion.
Oh
But
yeah, Dylan Sharp is running full-time Farmington too.
Is oh yeah, yeah.
He actually
That'd be good
commented
too.
on here before.
I'll be,
And
he's
hey, being Big Nasty Motorsports Auto Bodies sponsor of Doe Run Raceway,
Hey, there you go.
sponsored the B mod class.
There you go.
So throw
So-
that out there. But yeah, that's going to be a good one too.
So your home opener, your season opener is April 3rd. which is
April
this
3rd,
Friday.
this Friday.
Yep.
No rain in the forecast
There you go.
for Friday, but Thursday and Saturday looks pretty rough.
Right,
So.
yeah. So Farmington's our like we talked about, our tracks look good over the test and tunes. We tried a couple things between the different nights to see what it would do. The second one was a little rough, a little rougher compared to the others, but we tried something, we learned from it, we fixed it for the third one, which was much better. We're going to, we kind of have an idea what we're going to do for this Saturday, and we're going to, once again, don't kill us if we make mistakes, because we're all new to it.
That's what I keep saying, man. Mostly, you know, Farmington's had, you know, they got a lot of new people too. You know, Doe Run is 100% everyone.
Right.
I mean, we got the same office worker, and I mean the same
Bill, I think.
Bill Tripp.
Yeah.
I mean, we got like 3 people, so
That's it. Everybody else is
we're going to be
brilliant.
rolling pretty hard.
I will say it's nice that the staff is like, for the most part, people who have worked and ran a race before.
Yes, they've done.
They just
something.
we haven't done it together as one team.
But I mean, hey, we've already got tried. Well, I mean, second car out. You know, the first session last weekend was a big wreck, which was Camden. And then,
yeah.
And we had Bates wreck. I mean, we had 2 good micro wrecks right there, and our team was on it.
And ready to go.
Yeah, and then this weekend, the fire.
Yeah.
Duncan having that fire, and dude, that thing was out, and they were dragging that big old dude out of the car. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
He was like, "What are you doing?" And that guy, and I heard the EMT guy goes, "I'm dragging you out," and he drug him out, and I was like, "Damn."
Get them out, save them. You know?
So it was pretty awesome. Man.
We
So,
believe we share the same fire and safety crew between
Yep,
the two
we
tracks, and I'm very thankful that we got them, because
Oh, yeah.
I've learned just a little bit from them in the last 3 days, and how efficient they are, and how good they are at what they're doing. and I'm glad we've got them because I'm just impressed with everything that they've
Oh, yeah.
done.
The
so
dude that
far.
runs that, Ryan,
And
he has it set up pretty good because I've thrown out there, hey, I'm changing it to Sunday. Can you get me somebody? Yep. Hey, I got these ATV things going. Can you give me somebody? Yep. But he's got a group of like 14 people now that
Yeah.
are all wanting to help. So,
Yep.
but the bad thing is, I think the same guys are wanting to help because they're just excited because they
wanna
see
be
all the
there,
new
yeah.
stuff. And,
And
it's cool.
I like it because they're very knowledgeable about like racing in general. So
Oh,
like,
yeah.
one thing that I think you and I are pretty good at, and I get the vibe that they are too, is I know it. I kind of can sometimes tell you it's going to happen before it happens. It's like based on how a car's getting ready to enter the corner. I'm
Yep.
like, okay, I know what that's about. What's about to happen there? Be ready. You can anticipate it. And I got that vibe from them at one of our testing tunes. Just by sitting there talking to him for not even a
Yep.
minute, I'm like, okay, it just really eased my mind. I was like, I know these guys. I'm confident by what he just said that these guys know what they're doing, and I'm very thankful for that. So they're pretty awesome, and they clearly have done a good job
Yep.
so far.
And he does have a couple new people because he told me, hey, these are real new and they may not know how to, turn a car off or do this, but they know the emergency stuff. Like our guys and our crews can shut cars off and move cars and do all that. We need those guys in case something's on fire or they're hurt.
Right.
So I mean, for them to know how to shut the car off and do a lot of that extra stuff, that's good too.
Right.
But our guys can help with that, but like I told our team, if there's something wrong with somebody in the car or whatever, these are the first guys. Don't get in there and try to be doing anything. These guys need to be the first people because they're extraction trained, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
we're good to go, man. Yeah, I'm not too worried about any of the emergency stuff. I mean, stuff may happen, but having those guys with us, yeah, we're good to
Yeah,
go.
pretty good.
Yep.
So your opening night's Friday, April 3rd. Ours is Saturday, April 4th.
Yep.
Sprints, A mods, B mods, factory stocks, and steel. Oh, I get it wrong every time. Outlaw steel black late models.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited to see them go because they had a good show down at Poplar Bluff, from what I hear.
Yep.
That's the only show I heard about, so I don't know if they ran anywhere
They
else.
ran Benton, I
Did
think,
they?
this last weekend.
Did they? Okay, so
They've got like 30 shows because I
Yeah.
know we picked them up 3 or 4, and you guys
Yeah.
picked them up 3 or 4.
we
maybe?
had, and I'm not saying this, 6 or 7.
Oh,
We really do have
okay,
6 or
okay.
7. If I'm not mistaken, we have them once a month at least. So
Okay, well, yeah, because we picked them up on our big car nights, where we only have big cars. And hey, Kenny Harris, I don't know if we had coal fire. All our stuff just brand new, filled up and ready to rock, man. So all we do use cold fire, and we have regular stuff too. But yeah, so I mean, we're ready to rock, man.
Yeah. I'm excited. Obviously a little nervous because you never know, but I'm definitely excited. See how it goes.
I'm pretty pumped, man. I mean, after this past weekend, and all the people were really just, and this is awesome. Like I know everybody's like, oh, you just wait, everybody's gonna jump on you, and then you're gonna yell at you. And I know all that's coming, but dude, I'm having a blast, and I love it.
Right.
And I love it. Do I think everybody's gonna start, going crazy and yelling at me, and I'm not gonna know some of the rules and all that? Yeah, it's gonna happen, but it's gonna be put off. It's gonna be handled different than what it was. And I mean, if I don't know something, I'm gonna say I don't know it. And if it's something I should have known, then I guess that's my fault, and we'll figure it out. But guess what? That's just the way stuff goes, man. I don't know every rule, and I don't watch every car. That's the one thing people got to realize. There's a bunch of cars out there, and when they say you didn't see that, maybe not. That's one thing that kind of I'm dreading too. But other than that, man, I'm living the dream with this. I love it. I think it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
And I think everything's been rolling great for both tracks. Honestly, I've only went out to Farmington, the one time so far, but I think just the way Doe runs, how the pits turned out, how the staging turned out, how the track turned out, how our crew turned out, how the food turned out. I don't know if you guys got to check out a pizza or a hot dog last week. Holy crap.
So, which pizza did I have?
Probably had
Mark-
4 meat.
I don't know.
Did it have big old slabs of bacon on it?
Well, I got the last peak, whichever one.
Oh, if you got the last one, you got the Supreme or Deluxe.
No, so, okay. Mark Stanfield and Bradley Stanfield, they had one at their trailer, and I got their last piece.
Oh,
They bought a
okay,
whole
okay.
pizza, and I got the last piece of it. And it wasn't a very big one. I just grabbed it, or they gave it to me, and I ate it. But it was good.
Yeah, dude.
It was really good.
It's legit.
And it was cold because it was the last piece,
Yeah.
you know. But it was so good.
No, and they were so surprised at how busy it got and everything, and they just wanted to do a soft thing, see how it happened, and they served popcorn, hot dogs, sodas, and this and that, and they were like, holy crap, we couldn't keep up. And I said, this was a 40 to 50 car play day. This wasn't even...
They're gonna hire a couple.
Oh yeah, they were gonna have about six people in there. They only had three,
Okay.
four. They had four in there, but yeah, man.
Cheese and hot one is what Mark said. That's what I
man. It was, yeah, the pizza's legit. But if you eat the pizza, you're gonna automatically know where it came from because it's a name brand pizza.
Yeah.
Well, except the buffalo chicken. That one's they actually spiced that one up themselves in there.
The ones we sampled here the other day?
Yeah, they put the buffalo pizza. They just got and it's an Italian place. I don't think the buffalo chicken is actually Emo's,
Okay.
but all the other ones is an Emo's
Emo's pizza.
We got to deal with that. It's kind of rolling, so
That's pretty good.
that's pretty cool. But the buffalo, they squirt all over. They do everything on it. So I told them, I said, you guys better not do that. People are gonna get spoiled like that. But man, the Emo's ones are killer.
They're good, that's for sure.
Oh, Dylan Sharp had the supreme.
Oh, there you go.
The meat one's pretty awesome. I'm a pepperoni guy, but man, the bacon that's on the meat one was insane.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Heck yeah. Porta potties, heck yeah. Hey, they work, because guess who cleaned them last week? I did.
Ugh.
Yeah. It wasn't porta potties, it was a regular bathroom.
Oh, the bathroom.
Yeah, but they're concrete floors. All you do is throw a bunch of bleach in there and
Cleans it right up.
clean it right up, man.
Yeah.
And there was nobody upper decked me. I was pretty cool with that. You know? that was pretty good. So yeah, it was rocking and rolling, man. I'm pumped, man. I'm pretty excited, and I hope we get Friday in, which we're getting Friday in. We'll grade the whole track or something. I don't even know what he does when it happens like that. We'll do something. If we can get people in the pits and it's not nasty in the pits, we'll get them in there.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I think it's very possible.
I can't talk about the carrot cake
Why?
because the official chef we have in there, Cheryl,
Yeah.
she makes homemade carrot
Yes,
cake.
she does. Oh, yes, I've had it. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure I've had it.
Dude, it is insane. And I mean, I don't not like carrot cake, but it ain't something I would eat just a normal like piece of carrot cake from somewhere.
Right.
But dude, I don't know. She's like shucking her own carrots from her own backyard where she's got her plantation and stuff, and then just adding all, churning the butter. I mean, everything. And it's homemade, dude. I mean, I don't even know, but it is insane. But yeah, like 4 people asked for it, and she was gonna do it as like a special every once in a while, and that ain't gonna work out. It's gonna be rough, because people are gonna be like, hey, what's up with the carrot cake? What's up with the carrot cake? And even Jason Cole, the one who's working the entrance,
Yeah.
he's like, can I buy one?
Buy the whole cake.
And take it home, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
Could do a fundraiser that
Yeah,
way.
there you go. But yeah, if it looks like we'll for sure get it in, I'll probably tell her to throw that on. She does the cupcakes, which would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
So maybe if we do look like we'll definitely get Friday in or close, or if she don't make it, then maybe we'll just have to have a podcast here to have a cupcake or carrot cake cupcake party.
Let them all watch us eat
Yeah.
cake.
So, no, but yeah, the food's definitely gonna be cool, and they didn't even get to do a whole lot, but it's gonna be awesome. We've already tested half the food, so we already
Right.
know. But man, I mean, Farmington's gonna have same kind of stuff too, from what I hear. Pattied out burgers. And,
Yeah. So Farmington's concession stand is outsourced to a guy. Oh, I feel terrible now because all
even the
information-
pits too. The
Yes.
pits? Okay.
He is in charge of it all. He owns a restaurant. Cannot think of his name. Dang it.
Yeah.
But great food. And he owns, like I said, he owns a restaurant in Ironton. So, it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be all his stuff, and it's gonna be ran completely different. It's gonna look completely different. But yeah, it's gonna be good food. Hand patty burgers, I know
Yep.
for sure.
So I was gonna go with it.
I'm coming to the podcast.
Oh, we'll save some. Quit talking food. He can't eat. So what times everything start on Friday. I am gonna do something different. I think, man, I don't have my freaking book, and I even wrote all that down.
Is it in this? No?
No, like what I had for times.
Oh.
We start at, racing starts at 7:30, I think, at Doe Run. I think driver's meeting is at 6:45. Or no, I'm sorry. Hot lap's 6:45. I think driver's meeting was like 6:30. I am gonna do 15 minutes, if we do get to race this week, I think I'm gonna start the driver's meeting at like 6:15, because I got a lot to say about it, and I wanna talk a little more, so I think this will, if everybody, I know it's tough to get there in time, but I think we're gonna try to do driver's meeting around 6:15 instead of 6:30, to give me 15 more minutes to talk about, different rules, different this, different that, and then we'll just roll in. We won't start hot laps any earlier. I will still do it at 6:45, that way if you can't make it till 6:30ish or whatever, but I believe hot lap's 6:45, racing starts 7:30, but this week, if you can make the driver's meeting, I do want to start at, 6:15, 6:20, about 10 or 15 minutes earlier, and any of your pit crew drivers, owners, or whatever, anybody wants to come to it, I'd like everyone to come to the driver's meeting. And once I get done with like regular car stuff or whatever, you can, or just basic stuff, then of course the drivers can hang out and stay, and I'll do the rest of it. But I want to talk more about just what we're doing, and people that maybe haven't been there yet and don't listen to the podcast as much or whatever, but I'd like to have an extra 10 minutes on the driver's meeting. And I want to introduce all our new people.
Right.
We got all new people. So I do want to start it about 10 minutes earlier, so it'll be 6:15ish, something like that. But hot lap's 6:45, I believe, and I'm wanting to say racing does start 7:30. And like I keep telling everybody, man, everybody's excited about this. And on our Friday night, we don't start till 7:30. It's going to be a late one.
Yeah.
And if we do have some rain, and it's going to push us back even,
You gotta work the
and
track.
we're going to work more of the track and stuff. So, man, guys, give us a break for this first. I'm going to tell you the first month, because our first 2 weeks, and then we have a 2-day micro show, which we got to get a regular show in before then, or I'll be a nervous wreck. But and we'll lose some of our staff for that Saturday.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
What's the date on that 2-day show?
16th or 17th
Of
or
April.
18th, something.
Yes,
like
it's the third week.
the third week of our racing. So we're gonna do that, and just give us a break, man, because we're gonna, as far as our, at first I thought our team out in the infield would be like, well, we'd have to get, everybody kind of organized, but man, everybody already jumped on that. I think the major stuff is just gonna be getting cars lined up, getting them on the track right. But I mean, between Scott and Jason, they were pulling cars on and off, and we do have a lineup guy now, so he'll be getting them lined up or kind of where they need to be before you even get on the track. Once you get on the track, we'll stop them, make sure everything's good. One lap, we're going racing, man. We gotta get back to that. We can't do this yellow flag stuff. And I mean, and that'll also depend on the tower. If we can get, we're gonna be on,
Cars lined
we're gonna
up.
be on Briley too. We're gonna be
Yeah.
like, hey, what's up? We're ready to go.
Get on her, make sure she's doing what she's
Because
supposed to do.
we ain't doing this yellow flag, and then we do 5 to 10 yellow flag laps or whatever. I don't know what goes on for that, why it takes so long.
A lot of the times, I'll just could be the person that's been in the tower in the past. A lot of the times, it comes down to driver receiver radios
Yeah.
either not working, or they don't have it in, or just not listening.
Well, that's gonna be.
Or they don't think that what we're telling them is right.
Well,
They
that
think
don't
they're
matter.
right. And
Yeah, that doesn't
that-
matter.
I had
You
that
see me and
problem.
Bub out there, and we're gonna tell you, I will tell you here before too long, if you're gonna get screwed.
Well, and
Sometime you're gonna get screwed this year. Guess
Yeah.
what? But again, another time you're gonna be driving around going, I shouldn't be in this spot. So
well,
hey,
and the thing
give and
is,
take, boys.
It's a computerized system.
Yep.
There's an electrical line, more or less, that when these transponders pass them, it picks them up in an order.
Yep.
So if it's in the right order, it's going to pick them up in the right order. The only way it would not be right is if the one person had it mounted wrong. And if that's the case, and if we feel like we have to check the transponder location, we'll check the transponder location to make sure that it's in the right spot.
There's just a lot of extra stuff we're gonna go over, and like restarts, and the whole restart zone area, and initial starts, that I changed a couple different things that I never liked before, and now I can change it. So
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. But our initial starts, we're not gonna penalize the whole row. I don't agree with that. If you got one jackrabbit in there that can't get his crap together, I'm not penalizing both cars. Now, is that a judgment thing?
Kind of, yeah.
but I don't really care. And the guy on the pole of the race, I don't care what it is, the guy on the inside, if he's rolling fast or he's rolling slow, he gets to set the pace. Now, if he's, once you get on the back straightaway and he's mid-back straightaway and he starts doing a bunch of stuff, yeah, then we got an issue.
Consistent.
You need a consistent pace. But if he's going faster than you're on the outside and you don't want to go that fast, that's your problem.
Right.
Your problem. Keep up with the guy on the inside. He got lucky and drew that or whatever happened, so he deserved it. So you go his pace, in my opinion. That's the way we'll do Doe Run. And you can't get out of line. Till those leaders come across that cone, I don't even care if they're coming across the cone and if you're not nose to tail, even side by side, nose to tail, then you're getting docked, man. Stay in line. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, but once they pass the line, yeah, then you can go all over the place, in my opinion. But until the leaders, this is on a brand new start, starting the race. You can't be off in la-la land trying to do something stupid.
Trying to catch a run off the top.
Yeah, stay behind everybody. We will stop the race and you will go back a row or something. Because that's not the way, it's just, you're causing an issue, and when you come and complain about us about the show not being real quick, you were the problem, because you were doing dumb stuff. So there's gonna be a couple things like that I am gonna be kind of a stickler and mad about, because that is your problem, not ours. You just race. It's called a race. It ain't called let me try to cheat you out of something. It's called a race. So just nose to tail until they take it. Then yeah, bolt everywhere. You can go all the way to the fence. I don't care where you go. But until the two leaders take the thing, and even on the restarts, you can't pass. That cone coming out of 4 is no different than the cone that used to be on the front straightaway.
Mm-hmm. That's
what I'm doing. This is Doe Run only. So when you are nose to tail until you pass that cone on a restart, I don't care about the leader. He could be all the way in the other corner. But if you're still, it's nose to tail, just like you see on, well, the Outlaws and stuff changed all that. But it's a single file restart. So once a leader takes it, you can't get out of line. It's a single file. It's no different than passing the cone on the front straightaway, which I would like to bring that back just to get rid of this conversation altogether. I just don't want another guy out there having to pull a cone.
Right.
So we can just use that cone, and it's the same concept as before. So we're not gonna throw a caution. They're just gonna get docked if the race keeps going. But
or at the end of the day.
yeah. So, but just simple little things like that I always seen was like a cluster, because the rules were so vague before, because they would say, hey, you can't jump out of line on an initial start, and then you would see somebody do it or be off in left field, and I was like, what the heck, man? That's messed up. But then the next lap, somebody would pass somebody before there, get a whole run around the whole freaking field because they thought that the leaders went by. No, man, just don't do it. Don't do it. And then we don't got to worry about it. So there's a couple little things like that I wanted to talk about for our drivers meeting and different things like that. But some of that stuff is just a waste of time. So I want to we got to save as much time as we can.
Right, exactly.
Man, that was a lot there.
So we have the show this week, this Friday?
We have
next
this Friday. So this Friday we're on Outlaw Micros, Restricted Micros, Junior Sprints, B mods, Kid mods, Beginner Carts, or both cart classes, and then mod lights. No A class this week. And then the next week, I believe we follow up with A class and no mod lights. And then we have our Doe City Showdown, and there won't be B mods or kids mods. I think we're taking the big cars out. It'll be a small car show. So and that'll be A class. I believe mod lights are in that race too. Like I said, I left my book, but we'll get all that kind of stuff going. I don't know the exact order of events. I know the go-karts and the junior sprints will be before intermission. I did ask a whole bunch of people about that, because I thought maybe they wanted to be after, to be part of the show, but most of them said no. So the go-karts and the junior sprints will be before. I thought about throwing the junior sprints in the other thing, but then also, you know, they may get a smoother track in beforehand, but junior sprints also have shocks too, so I don't know, but go-karts and junior sprints will be before intermission and after intermission, and as of right now, I think we'll probably see how the track goes, but I mean, our first couple of weeks, it's gonna be, you know, it's a crapshoot. I think we'll probably go restrictors right off the bat, then throw the outlaw micros, and then we'll start with our bigger cars. Because I mean, the bigger cars like the slicker, you know, track, and they put on a good show on the slicker stuff. The micros don't. So, I mean, I want the micros to have a little slick and something to lean on and a little bit of bottom or whatever thing, but I think that you'll get a better show with your bigger cars being towards the end. And I hate to throw the B-mods like last every single week, but that also is the adult class.
Right.
So if the adults have to stay a little longer, then I think that's a little bit smarter idea, but I mean, that's just my opinion, but I think if we ain't gonna run restrictors last, you know, or, I mean, we could run maybe outlaw micros or something, but I would rather keep the restrictors and the outlaw micros up front, mostly if the track slicks off a little bit, but that's just a crapshoot at the beginning of the night, but I'm not gonna change mine a bunch. I don't wanna change it. Once we get something set, I don't mind changing it here and there, but I kinda wanna keep a set. If it works out pretty good, I would like to keep that for a few weeks and then maybe change one night and then go back, or just to give people a break. But as far as like every single week changing it, I don't really like that idea, but I don't know what everybody else's opinion really is of that, you know?
I remember when I was younger, it was the same order every weekend.
Yeah, which is, if, you know, say we did restrictors, then outlaw micros, and then say kids mods, or we may even do kids mods before the outlaw. I don't know, because there's a lot of younger kids, but that's the whole point of Doe Run, though, trying to get the kids done. But also, if we're having fun and we're hanging out, you're probably going to hang out for the rest of the night anyway.
Right.
So it ain't like before where you get done your race car, you rolled it in there, and you were like, let's get out of here.
Right.
I don't think that's going to be the whole concept before, or this time now. So the kids mods may go in front of them, but I think that we'll keep it similar. Mostly if because if the micros get the middle slick, you know, which they will, and most of the outlaws, you know, and that makes a big true groove for the B mods, even if they're last, I think that'll put on a pretty good show.
Oh yeah.
So
They're not afraid to run the top already.
no, and they can, because they got a little bit more, they can stick it better. You know, micros get up there at 16,000 RPMs and spinning their wheels.
Right.
So, I don't know, we'll definitely dive into it, but right now I think we'll probably do like the karts and junior sprints first, and then intermission, and maybe restrictors and outlaw, or kids mod, and then mod light and B mods. But I think we'll probably keep the B mods last, so that'll work pretty good. We can't really keep the traveling guys out early because there's a bunch of them in each class. So
Yeah.
I don't know, unless the Outlaw Micros is running with the B mods and gonna run with the mod lights and everything, so that's kinda,
That'd be too
that's
hard.
impossible.
Too hard to maintain.
Yeah, no, we can't do that, so, and, I mean, most of our big traveling guys, I know the guys are coming from Tennessee and all that, they're probably gonna stay there, so.
Right.
And then some people won't have that option, but, yeah, there's too many people that are gonna be traveling within 2 to 4 hours that are in every single class, you know, I don't think we can do that. But yeah,
Right.
man, these factory stock guys,
What are they coming?
every week, man, they wanna be on the big car night. I don't know how many of those cars there is, and I know nothing about them.
Yeah, I only know a handful just because of those. There were people who called and asked me about rules and stuff. So I couldn't give you a good number to be accurate. But I'm sure we'll have a good number this weekend.
Well, and on my big car nights, you know, we already have like 7 classes, man, and that's a lot. But also when you have kids classes and stuff, you have to have certain classes, you know. So 2 or 3 classes really can't do anything. You know, I don't know, it's just gonna be tough to do all that. But on the big car nights, I already have, we got steel block late models, because they'll be coming in. Then we'll have B mods, kids mods. Mod lights are gonna get to run all those nights too. And then 2 of the 3 of the nights, vintage cars will be there. So what's that, 5 classes? Now, one of those is gonna be the Kids Mods Nationals race, and that blew up big time already. If you didn't see, July 24th, Kids Mods Nationals, 1,000 to win, 100 to start, and the middle pay is gonna be pretty awesome too. I just don't wanna announce it yet because we keep getting money thrown at it.
Right.
So,
There's a $100 hard charger.
$100 hard charger and a $100 like tough luck award and, you know, stuff like that. So there's gonna be a whole bunch. This is actually gonna end up turning into probably next year. We're gonna have to have it on a big car night that is on, you know, maybe only 3 or 4 classes because we may get a handful. And we may make this into a bigger production where we give away a lot more stuff and stuff.
Right.
'Cause I think it's gonna be pretty cool, but, that's now Clint Ladd has said this like 14 times. Does he have a factory stock, Clint Ladd?
Yes.
He does?
I think he has a modified too.
Oh, well, if he's got a modified, I'm okay, but now I don't wanna have factory stocks that don't run since he said sprint cars suck.
Oh, well, you done did that, Clint.
So,
Good
hold
job.
on, who's the one guy? Where's it? Caden Counts. You can blame it on Clint Ladd that we may not have, you know, we may not have factory stocks because he said sprint cars suck, and I like sprint cars. I'm just joking, guys, but still.
LD's like, why you say that? You're gonna get
He's
mad.
gonna get mad and sell out. Well, then once he sells out, mate, once Clint sells out, then we'll run him. No, I'm kidding. We may pick them up, guys. I mean, those 3 races are mid-season-ish and later, and then so we'll if we think we can do it, we can probably swing it, but I'm not gonna do it just yet because I don't know. I don't want to have 4 of them,
Right.
you know.
Wait to see what
and the way
Saturdays bring.
the way the factory stocks and pure streets and sportsmen, the last few years how they've changed them so much. I don't know how many there is or anything, so I don't know. But yeah, so we got opening night this Friday, and then we'll have another regular night, and then we got Doe City Showdown 2-day show, man, and that's gonna be pretty cool. 1,000 to win for Outlaw Micros on Friday, 2,000 to win on Saturday. Man, I can't believe I forgot my book. Everything is 500 to win. I know this is not off the sliding scale. You know, we do run sliding scale, same as last year for everybody, except we combined everything. We got rid of the midgets, I guess. They had their own sliding scale, but Doe runs payouts all the same. Over 10 cars or whatever is 300 to win. Over 16 cars, 500 to win, no matter what. And with the way we're going, I don't see us not paying 300 to win for damn near every class. I mean, the way the cars are going, and half of them, I think, is going to get 500 to win every week. So that's going to be pretty cool. But I didn't raise any of the pay in anything except for you get your pit pass back. You know, before I think it was 20 or 25 bucks. After, you know, the lowest pay on a lot of it was 20 or 25 dollars. After 10 cars, if you have 10 cars in your class, everybody still gets their $35 back.
Oh, there you
Because
go.
I never really liked when you show up and at least not feel like you raced for
Right.
free. I mean, yeah,
Right.
you got $50,000 in a race car, but
Yeah.
having your pit pass back always made you feel good. But, yep. Big cars are gonna run 16. Is that what we kind of think, man?
Yeah,
I'm-
I wouldn't put much more than 16 on a.
I'm going
on a-
16 is a full car field for big cars. That's kids mods, that's B mods. I think I don't know how we're gonna do the steel block late miles, but we won't be able to run 20. I might have to talk to that guy, but
Yeah.
obviously our night's not gonna be able to put 20 of those
Right,
on
it
there.
just won't fit.
It just won't work, but, so, yeah, 16 on our, is 20 of everything else. Some of our special shows, you know, our 10,000 to win, we may do, you know, a 22 or 24 car field, but I'm gonna keep everything at 20, man, and we'll try to keep it rolling.
Stephen Fish is going after Coulter. Need to worry about the V-main, he says. Poor Coulter.
Yep, 16 cars, and I mean, I do think, you know, the B-mains are gonna be back.
Oh, yeah.
No run, man,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Farmington too, but I'm saying, I think B-mains are gonna be back, man, and I like B-mains, but I don't wanna be in one.
No.
But I like them, they're fun, but, you know, and we'll, of course, play the whole trick, man. If we get 17 cars or 18 cars, I'm sure we'll figure something out, guys. Don't get all hurt about one or two people not running it or whatever. But Colton, I mean, Coulter's gonna be, he ain't gonna be in the B main if he's gonna be 2026
Be my track champion, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
Farmington, so we have our opener this weekend, obviously. Next weekend, we're actually off. So,
for World, well, I ain't even say,
I'll say it.
World Outlaws?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we're off next weekend. We do have a test and tune on the Thursday, and I want to make sure because there were people that were confused about that. So, we race this weekend as our season opener. We are off next Saturday, but we do have a test and tune scheduled for next Thursday. Not this coming Thursday, the following. And if anyone wants to get some practice or just wants to get in their car for the weekend
Yeah.
and it doesn't have the opportunity elsewhere, come do the test and tune on Thursday because the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars are at Peevely on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And we're not going to race against that. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'll probably be up there watching. So,
Yeah. Except Friday.
except Friday. So,
Now, Friday, we're going to, I mean, we don't have World Outlaws coming to Dover
No,
Raceway,
right.
so we're going to rock and roll.
It doesn't, if you think about it, when one of your main classes
Yeah.
is 410 sprint cars, you don't want to run against the top tier 410 sprint car, that kind of show. Even if some of your guys aren't going to run it, you still don't want to run against them because it's just not
Oh, yeah, for
feasible.
sure.
It's not the right move to make. So we're not going to race that weekend. We're not going to run against that, but we are going to have a test on that Thursday the 9th. And so come on out. That'll be from. It'll probably set up just like our Wednesday one was. It's going to be like where gates are going to open at 4, and they'll probably practice will start at 5, and we'll go until somewhere between 8:30, 9 o'clock maybe.
So, big question. What if the Outlaws rain out and it's dry as a bone down here?
Ooh, that's tough. It's tough to throw a race together like that in such short notice. You know what I mean?
I know. Peevely would do it.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I
think you guys should have a high limit race that weekend.
hey, I mean, we talked about that last time we were on.
I mean, the same as
I'd love to have
the Outlaw weekend at Peevely.
Oh gosh, man, that would.
That would be a chaos.
Yeah,
That'd be a scandal.
Although it would be interesting. But
well, hopefully they don't have the B-Mod race on top of you guys' B-Mod race.
It's not. Josh, he told me what day it was. I already forgot what it was, but
I seen it.
He
too.
gave that information to me, and
Yeah.
he has our information on all our
Heck.
stuff too.
If you guys are just gonna cancel it, maybe go run, have a 2-day show. I'll run all the big cars.
On the
Next
second,
Saturday.
I told you that's when your Dove City Showdown should be. Although you wanted more.
Well, because I wanted to have a couple more nights.
Yeah,
to
I
run
understand.
around, mostly if it would rain out, but
Yeah.
heck, that Saturday, I'll just take all the local farming people. We're running 410s and
Hey,
A-mods and
hey,
B-mods and
you heard it here. So
I guarantee they come.
then we get back at it on the 18th. We have our 4 Empire Speedway classes. That's the 410 sprint cars, the A-mods, B-mods, and factory stocks. Then to round out the month of April 25th,
Oh man.
the MLRA Super Late Models come to town, and we are only running the MLRA Late Models, A-mods, and B-mods. So it's 3 classes that night featuring the MLRA Late Models, which will be streamed on, I think it's called Race On. I think is the name of the streaming
I
service.
do know that, or I do know of that, so if that's the
so
right one, yes.
MLRA is streamed now on Race On. So
Oh man, that is perfect. Next Saturday, Doe City Thunder.
there we go.
We got a lot of people that'll go watch the Outlaws, what sucks, but they're micro guys, so I mean, a lot of them, maybe the bigger cars would probably show up at the Doe City Thunder night, man.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, make it big enough.
Man, there's a lot of TV gonna be blown up. Man, I did finalize, I know we finalized, we talked about the Queens Royal deal, and how the WFO Micro is a big deal, and it got, not really bought out, but it got converged into that, into narrow racing deal, and, we were all worried about that, because we only threw money at that.
You're right.
And, I mean, $2,000 to win each night for micros was a $4,000 night, and I'm gonna work a sponsor by that time to get something where the same guy could win both nights. I want to get nothing. I want to get another 500 or just something crazy. throw in, and the restrictors for $800, and the restrictors at Farmington.
I'm
I know
excited.
I know that's crazy. It's not though, guys. Don't think. I mean, you guys are gonna see these kids get to race somewhere like Zane. He's gonna race where his dad was a dominant figure.
Yes.
You know, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know,
that is-
something like that. And all the people that don't come to Doe Run on like a grandstands because they don't come on Friday nights, all of Billy's fans that he's had for
are going to get
75 years that he's been alive, you know, they're going to get to
75.
they're going to get to watch his kid
Oh.
come out of the woodwork, man. I mean, and just be like, holy cow, that's Billy, the kid Smith's boy.
It's Zane the kid's kid, Smith.
And you can, and a lot of big, you know, a lot of your sponsor stuff too. Like a lot of these people that, you know, like Dave Couch has a whole bunch of cars, and he has a lot of sponsor on his cars and his, you know, White Trash Custom business and everything. That's for him to bring out, you know, 3 or 4 of his cars to Farmington and get an exposure for, shoot, you know, 1,000 more fans, you know, or any of our local Friday night guys get to go out there on flow racing at that.
Right.
So, I mean, even just your local, you know, all of our local guys getting to be there at Farmington, run in front of 1,000 more fans, and that's something you can throw out to your sponsors. Hey, don't miss this night, because first of all, sprint cars are gonna be 15,000 wins, it's gonna be awesome. It's on flow racing, but I get to race there too.
Right.
And I mean, and you'll get to see a lot of kids that you're gonna be like, his last name's what? You know, I mean, Evan Boyd,
Yeah.
whole family racing.
Right.
So, I mean.
Well, and that's like you said the whole thing about Zane and Billy. I mean, that's part of the reason why I was trying to get my sister and Caleb to get Cruz a
Yep.
restrictor for that race,
Yep.
because I mean, how cool would it be? I mean, just like Billy dominated in the modifieds, my dad was dominant in the street stocks.
Yep.
You know, and it would be cool to say, hey, he gets to race on a track on flow,
Yep.
on a track that his grandpa was dominant
Yep.
on. It's not
And
the same
the
situation.
restrictors will be a little different. I mean, they ran at Highland and put on a pretty good show last year, and that's the only reason I kicked it around and told Tyler, when Tyler was kind of running the WFO deal, I said, I want restrictors. And he's like,
And that's how you sold it to me too.
yeah.
was the
I was
Highland
like,
deal.
he was like, really? And I said, I don't care if they're gonna tap out. They have a restrictor plate in them for a reason, so they're gonna get tapped out towards the end of the straightaway. You're gonna hear a lot of motor noise for those guys, and it'll be a little hard on them, but for them to get to run at a prestige event like that, I don't think there's no way we don't have a full field and B main in restrictor. Because first of all, you're gonna come watch the sprint cars for $15,000, and you can bring your restrictor and race, and it's no, you know, yeah, I mean, it costs a little more to get in, and I think the NARA charges, you know, $20 or whatever for a draw fee, or all those series do that. It's just the way of the times now. But for some of these kids to get to run, you know, at Farmington where their family is ran, or even, you know, stuff like that, it's pretty cool.
Right.
That's pretty big deal. But yeah, that we kind of finalized where I got to talk to, you know, Brian that runs the NARA deal, and I said, hey man, we threw all this money out. We had this deal worked with Tyler, and he was like, I don't care. We want to be a part of the mini queens and the queens. He goes, so we'll figure it out. We ain't worried about any of it. Because I said, now that we got all this going, you know, Tyler didn't have much help going, and we were going to all kind of step in and do everything. Now they're going to bring y'all. I was like, uh-oh. You know, I don't want to owe
What we gotta
people
do?
money. I don't want to owe people, you know, a certain amount of money, and we wiped that clean. We're ready to rock. So, because I think, I mean, you bring restrictors and the outlaw micros there. Yeah, they may not bring a ton of people in the stands, but they bring a lot of people in the pits.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Doe Run is different than Farmington. Doe Run, we rely on pits because so many people bring their families because of the kids.
Right.
And you guys rely on stands
Right.
because an adult can go to the races and bring his buddy.
Right.
You know, well, the kids, they gotta bring their mom, their dad, and then their sister, and then their brother comes, and then sometimes even all of them come in the pits. And
Well, yeah, because if one kid's racing, mom and dad are not going to go to the stands. They're
Yes,
going to go
so-
to the pits. So then their kids have to go to the pits. Yeah.
yep, so I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm really stoked about that. Hopefully we can just get through this next month with no crazy incidents and no, man, just, I keep preaching on give us a break, but you ain't gotta give us a break. I wanna know what you know what we got going on. You know, we had one little deal, and I'm even gonna bring it up just because, you know, this is the podcast where we bring up all the negative, all the positive of that stuff, but, you know, we had so many people show up this weekend, and there were so many modifieds at the track. Well, there wasn't a ton of micros, you know, that showed up this week. because, you know, the B-Mods had their show last week and all this stuff. Well, a couple guys were sitting in the staging area in the Outlaw Micros. There was only like 2 or 3 of them. They sat there for a half hour, 45 minutes or something, because the modifieds were 12, 15 deep. So Jason kept sending them out 6 at a time, trying to get them out of there because it was so much. Well, then, I mean, I'll just say his name, but Kalon got mad and went up there, pulled his car up there by his trailer, and he was like, hey, you know, he was like, I was sitting up there for an hour and my back's hurt. I said, you know what? Get that, and I said other stuff, but I said, get that car, pull that thing back out there, and I'm pushing your ass straight up there. I said, I'm taking care of this, man. We're not going to do this, man. I said, I want you to come out here and race. Dude, you have a good stuff now. You always end up quitting because you get mad. I said, I'm going to push you straight up there, dude. Let's rock and roll. And he's like, well, it's kind of dusty. And I said, get your car out, and I'm going to get water, and I'm watering this, and I'll be back. If I'll see you at least make one session, I said, I'm going to be mad. But I said, you know, tell me about it. Don't get mad, man. I said, because that's what I wanted. I didn't want him to leave. And he didn't. And he stayed and done a session. And I mean, and because I know him, and I mean, we've done, you know, wheeling and dealing together, and he's always had my goal, but he always has gotten into it with the other owner, and but I'm not doing that. We're not going to get into it. I wanted to go, and I walked right in his trailer, and I said, man, back this thing up. I was like, you're getting laps whether I got to put him in the car or not, man, and he got back out, so I really appreciate that, and that's the way I want stuff to go.
Right.
You know, he may have went out there and said, hey, track sucked, this was shitty or whatever, but still, it convinced him to hang out and stay, and I hate that he sat there, but also you gotta realize that our people are new, and Jason thought he was doing, and he was doing a good thing. Those cars, the modifieds were rolling in so deep, he was pushing them out there. When those guys were sick, because he was trying to get more than 2 or 3 cars, and then the next time when they come out for that next session, there was 4 of them that rolled up, the micros, and I pushed them straight through the middle, and I said, let's go. They sat last time, let's let them go this time, but I do appreciate him staying and dealing with it like that's the way we should deal with stuff, you know, and that's the way I want it. I walked in this trailer, and I mean, maybe you shouldn't do that kind of stuff, but I was like, dude, get that car out. You've been working on it for 2 weeks. Don't know if it's even going to run. We're getting it on the track. And he's like, okay, you know, and he did. So that's the things I want to change. Like that could have been you know what, get out of here, screw this, you know, and he could have been like, F you, and I could, you know, whatever. And we're not doing that, man. We're here to race, and if you got a car, we're going to have fun. And if the track ain't like what you like, it's the same for everyone out there. Or if you don't like the, you know, it's dusty, or you don't like the, you know, where your class of cars running, you know, man, we're just trying to have fun and all race together, and this is our track, and we're bringing our track back, and the community around here for the next, you know, for this year, it's, if you don't like racing around this community this next year, you're not a race fan, and you're not a race car driver. Because with the team we got now, I may screw up a ton of stuff, but man, I don't know, the hours and stuff that I put in that people don't even know, and I have a full-time job, and just being out there, and I'm out there by myself sometimes. The lights are on half the time. People are like, hey, you left the lights on. No, I'm still here. I mean, and not to say any of the other owners before didn't do that, but dude, it's a lot of work, but I'm still not going to be like, you know what, I did all this work, and if you don't like it, get out of here. No, I want you to stay, because this is our track, man. We're here for a reason. We're here to work our week's worth of work, and we're here to, you know, come to the races because we want to have fun. And that's why I didn't mean to walk in his trailer, so I don't think he really got mad about it, but that's the way I want to handle things, so hopefully people's okay, because I was just like, no, dude, you're racing. You're here.
You're here.
We screwed something up maybe. You know, we didn't get you out there. I was everywhere. I didn't see it. There were so many modifieds up there. It was no big deal. It wasn't a big deal at all, but I get, you know, he was frustrated, but that's the way we need to handle the things, and he obviously wasn't too mad because he did go out there. So that's what we need to do, man, and just bring the positivity to the track, and not just get into it, not because I wasn't going to say nothing bad. If he'd have said something bad, I'd have just walked, or if he would have got mad and said, I'm just leaving, I don't want to be here or whatever, then I'd have just walked off, and before that probably wouldn't have been the same outcome.
Right.
But no, man, no one really got to see that, but I mean, I know he did, so I hope hopefully that's the dealing I want to do, man. I want us to either walk away from it because we're both mad, or we're fixing this right now. We're fixing it now, and that's what we're gonna do. But it was pretty cool, man. And the big thing is, man, people walked out of there and just the positivity of everything. The atmosphere, man. The atmosphere was insane. That's what was nuts, man. Just people were like, man, this is cool. I'm glad to be here. You know, I can't wait to come back next week. And that's what we need around here, man. Our racing's been dying for a while, but I think stuff's picking back up. And you can blame the economy and money and everything's so expensive. And it is, man. But, I mean, if you want to race, I mean,
You're going to race.
You're going to race. So, I mean, it sucks. And you're going to go broke. And that's just the way it is. So, you got to have a hobby. And, you know, all these people say, oh, well, racing, you need to get a boat and do this. You've never been boating then, because racing is no different. I mean,
Boats are expensive too.
yeah, heck yeah. And then when you have your own boat and you go out and you drive it around and you take all your buddies, you take everybody, guess what? That boat costs you about $200 or $300 in fuel, and your friends leave, and you're still there.
Yep.
And so, I mean, 9 times out of 10, most of the people aren't going to help you, you know, just pay for everything. It's your boat, man. So, no, I mean, anyway, don't go boating. Boat sucks.
Let's go racing.
Yeah, we're going racing. Yeah, and she keeps commenting, the Montgomery girl, you know, she was the one that, brand new out there, black car, actually, Noah's car.
No, Baloo's on?
Noah's
Oh,
Baloo.
that's who's in that.
She's
Okay.
brand
okay.
new and everything. I did go, you know, I did make sure they seen us and all that stuff, but hey, it was, I gotta see what's up. I gotta see what's up with their wing. Something was up with their wing.
Is that how long? They
Well,
haven't- they
No, oh, no, they had like it looked like it had the wing slider posted up on it or something. I didn't get to look at it. I meant to go up there, but I think they just had a wing on it just to run for the wing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it was just on there for no big deal, but I thought the wing slider was broke and it was stuck back, but they may have just had it zip tied up for just to have a wing.
You
on. 'Cause
mentioned that.
I do remember they said they didn't have wings, so they may have just borrowed that. Okay.
That makes
No,
sense.
no big deal, no big deal.
Yeah, my mom's comment's pretty funny.
She didn't
Boat
have a problem
break
with
out
it.
another 1,000.
Yeah, I know, but, I mean, boating's fun, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but, I
I'd
mean, it's
rather
according to
go
what your hobby is. I mean,
Right.
I like boating, I like going to do it, but yeah, if your buddy has a boat, it's way cheaper than racing. If you want a boat, it ain't cheaper,
Nope.
man. And it ain't as cool, you know. Boating's for people who, you know, don't want to go fast, got picked on and stuff.
Hey, I actually got one more thing I'd like to add.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you know about it. We got ourselves a title sponsor for the
Oh,
410
yeah.
sprint cars at
Forgot about
Farmington
this.
Empire Speedway.
Title sponsor.
Yeah. So we've been looking for, trying to work out some deals for title sponsors for all 4 of our Farmington Empire Speedway or Farmington Empire Series classes. We got ourselves a 410 sprint car sponsor. It is going to be Maxim Racing. So if you remember, we
Maxim
said
race chassis?
yes, yeah,
Okay,
which
chassis.
is they go by Maxim Racing because I made sure
Yep.
to get that clarified. So Maxim Racing. If you remember, I said the champion is going to have an option between a brand new sprint car chassis or $5,000, right?
Yep.
Well, based on the fact that our title sponsor is Maxim Racing, I bet you can guess what our chassis is going to be. So, if you win the championship for in 2026, you're going to receive a brand new Maxim Racing sprint car chassis, or you can take $5,000.
Okay,
You can
okay.
pick one or the other.
There we go.
Yeah, so there you go. There's officially, I even saved it. That deal finalized early last week, and I even saved it so that we could release it on here. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Kind of keep the trend going that we've been releasing cool stuff on here. So,
Yeah, I know.
um,
Seth Polis was asking about what we were releasing. I said I had top secret stuff, but I really didn't have much.
but yeah, so there you go.
I don't want to hijack.
No, you're
Keep on
good.
trucking. So Maxim chassis, Maxim Racing, but Maxim chassis, that's your
Title sponsor.
Title sponsors for
And
the cars.
I'm very appreciative of the guys at Maxim Racing, especially Dan. He worked with me really well. It was fun. We played a lot of phone tag at first, but when we finally got in touch, he was not hesitant. I asked him if he'd be interested, and I told him what I was thinking, And he said, "This is exactly what we can do. What do you think?" And I'm like, "Sounds great." And then it wasn't even until after he agreed to do it that I said, "Oh, by the way, the Queens Royal is on Flow this year, so it's going to be the Maxim Racing 410 sprint cars on Flow." And he loved that. So, but he didn't. The deal was a done deal before that, so that just goes to show like they're easy to work with and willing to help. And I mean, there's a reason a lot of your top tier race car drivers run Maxim Racing chassis.
And
So-
people don't understand that the class sponsors like that. Like I sold almost all of ours, and great deal. Mike Crow's going to hate me because I told him, I said, "Hey, you're not announcing, Outlaw Micros coming out on the track.
Nope.
It's 67 towing and recovery,
Outlaw.
Outlaw Micros,
Got it.
and I said, he's like, "Oh, I know Bates Ink and Apparel, the restrictor class, B&M, Big Nasty, B-Mod class, Parsons Lawn Service, Junior Sprints,
Yeah.
Buckley Towing also, I think I gave them the B-Mods, or I may have gave them the carts.
Carts?
Kids,
Okay.
I gave them kids mods, or the carts, I don't remember which one. Who else I got out there on the fence? It might have been it. I think I sold 4 or 5 of them.
Yep. So right now we only have Maxim chassis or Maxim Racing for the 410 sprint cars. So if you're out there and you have a business you'd like to sponsor one of our other 3 remaining classes, hit me up. And if you know a business that might want to sponsor, send them my way.
Yep.
Because we have 3 more to go. I got good deals for each of them. So, and what's nice is that all 4 of our Empire Series classes will be streamed on a streaming service at some point in the season.
Yep.
So the sprint cars will be the Queens Royal on Flow. The A mods and B mods will be on Race On with the MLRA late models. The factory stocks are running with our Summer National show, so they will be on Dirt Vision.
Yeah, I missed one.
What?
High caliber
Oh,
graphics.
he does have one,
beginner
doesn't he?
cards. I just hung his sign up too.
Beginner cards. So he's doing beginner cards.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I had all of them listed, but I didn't have his wrote down because he just did it or just got me my signs. But yeah, we got pretty good with our signs. Of course, both tracks. You want to rent the billboards or any of the signs, they're always available.
Yeah.
We do have our grandstands little signs are like a 3x5 sign we did for $250 for anybody, and that's anybody. If your race team wants to have you, I'll make a banner of your car and your number and everything right across the grandstands. We already have, the podcast has one up. We got CBR Media. We got the Barn Media Group, which was where we used to do all of our podcasts. We got him up there. We got Grandma's Corner, which is the Bates's.
Oh, I saw that.
That's a cool-
that's right next to the
Our Grammys or whatever.
Yeah,
But
it's along the fence line, right?
Did you see that one?
I did.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think
So-
it's down by the pits. It's right along the fence that separates the pit stands and the
Yep,
grandstands,
so
right?
all those go on the front, like right in front of the grandstands, in front of the track. And we got them, they're the Bates family, which has, Carter Bates
Kylie.
and Kylie Bates, and they wanted to buy one, so they designed something, has the grandma's picture and all the cars on it. It turned out pretty cool.
It did.
And so that was pretty neat deal. So we sold those for like $250, and everybody knows a banner like that size to get done is, we really didn't make much money. I just wanted it to look like a race car,
Right.
A race track. So, and a lot of the micro tracks you go to have that down there. It's farther back off from the track and everything, but it's all the grandstand sees it easily. So it's a pretty cool deal. But those $250, anybody wants to jump on board those where we get going. And I do got one thing I would like to sell. I want a, so when we do restarts, not the beginning starts, but on our restarts at No Run, we're gonna have a restart zone, like
Yeah, we got one.
90% of places. So the restart zone, your leader can take off from the center of 3 and 4 to the cone where you would start your normal race. So I'm gonna get maybe some dash marks on the wall or something, so you see that. I'd like to sell that.
So we did that. We have our black excavating restart zone.
Okay,
So-
see, so I would like to have,
It's pretty cool. I
the
mean, what
Dirty
we
Right
did is,
Rear, we're not gonna sponsor it, the Dirty Right Rear Podcast Restart Zone, and that's something else Mike Crow has to say, hey, they're getting ready to be in the, your company, I don't even know how much that one would be, so.
right, yeah, we sold ours. What we're going to do is we're going to paint a section on the inside barriers and then the outside wall, and that way you could see it on either side where your restart zone is.
Okay, yep.
And because Black Excavating's main colors are red and black, it'll be red this year. So
Well, see, and that's, I tried to throw it out there to one of my buddies, but he didn't bite on it. But it was only because there was already a sign there that somebody threw in the weeds because he didn't sponsor them anymore. So I was trying to get them to pick it up, but I would like to get a restart zone sponsor or something, just because it would be cool to say it. Because
Right.
you hear it on like the Outlaws, all the
Right.
places, they're like, oh, here's in the, so-and-so restart zone. So I like to pick that up. That's about the only thing, man. We got really fortunate with a lot of people jumping on board with,
yeah, and I
with
mean,
stuff.
we can do all these things that we want to do, and all these things we plan on doing are not possible without our sponsors. So that's why we make such a big deal about them, because they are a big deal to us. And we, if you think you might want to promote your business at a racetrack, you got two great ones right here next to each
Oh,
other.
yeah, man. I
That
mean,
one work together, and two are like they're going to be packed full of people all season long. So,
yeah,
I think
no,
it's no-brainer.
It's I mean, and you get free publicity on this, on the podcast the whole time, man. I mean, that's what's crazy is we get, all the people also get a full episode. I mean, we mentioned half the sponsors at all our tracks the
Right.
whole time we're on here, but yeah, no, it's a pretty cool deal. Because I mean, like our sponsors, we have half time we don't ever mention, but like for the podcast, we got, the barn, of course, is where we used to do everything. CBR Media, which is Davey Bouyers, who does photography, and he's been helping us do this while Chad's been out, and, Expert Graphics, Bates Ink and Apparel, Coles County Speedway, which their season will be starting now. I don't think they're starting until a little later because they had to redo fence and all kinds of stuff. Double D Motorsports, which is Daryl and Katie,
Yep.
sell all your racing stuff, and Griffin and Sons Excavating. All those have been like a sponsor that picked us up for a year,
Right.
I mean, they were like, hey, man, because we were doing like a couple episodes or something, because we didn't know how to do it. And Chad's like, man, we changed this. Chad of the barn was like, we change this every week. It kind of sucks. So we started doing like 4, and then some people were like, hey, how about I just give you this and do it for the year, or we'll work a deal for this. And, we traded a banner at Coles County, and I mean, a freaking awesome banner. And so he's like, oh, just keep my thing on there. And then Bates does our shirts and, cuts the deal. So, I mean, everything works great, but, to not have some of them would just really suck. And it really helped us get a lot of stuff rolling through everything. But it does at the track also. And, but yeah, at Restart Zone, somebody picked me up, man.
Yeah.
Just because I want to say it.
They're pretty cool. I mean, so what like I said, we just painted we're going to paint the Restart Zone the primary color of the company. And so like, Bates Ink's blue, so you're going to paint your Restart Zone blue if they went for it. Or
He's got sponsors of everything else.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna ask him. He does everything for us, so I'm not gonna jump on him. But yeah, I like the restart idea. Before it was just with the cone or whatever. I like for the leader to be able to have a little bit of action.
yeah,
They can do whatever they want. And before, I don't even know if there was a rule before. But I got to work on that too this week. I got to start writing down some of these things that I've said that I haven't. That aren't in our, because our basic rules are up on the website. We didn't get some of them changed and this and that, but whatever I kind of talk about is probably going to be the way it goes. But I just want to get on some of that stuff. Yeah, man. I don't know. That's big week for us. Big week for both tracks if we can get it in. Friday's looking maybe. Saturday's looking rough. I don't really know. But how long have we been on here?
we have I don't know, 2 hours.
2 hours.
Look at us go. Not once have we had someone sitting next to us complaining.
We've been on here for 2 hours?
Yeah,
Swear to God.
look at us go.
Holy cow.
Giving Sutton a little crap here.
Yeah, man. Sutton would have shut this down forever ago.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But, I mean, I hope he gets better with his Hip Hop Anonymous or whatever he's got. That's, I don't really know what it is, but that just sounds cooler. But, that's about all I got, man. I mean, we'll kind of get it rolling. I'm ready for this Friday, man. I'm super excited. I want to get it going. If we got a freaking. If I got to get Mark out there with the grader, just mow all the mud down, and then we can so we can race.
Go
I
racing.
want it bad, man.
So,
I want it bad.
I'm gonna say something. All this hype from all the off season that we've had since November.
Mm-hmm.
It's time. It's here. This weekend, it all begins.
Yeah, this
all
all
the tracks.
all the hype. I mean, well, I'm not gonna say it, because if you're at Doe Run this Friday and you get to come to the drivers meeting, I got a pretty big speech and all kinds of cool stuff I'm gonna say. And I've said a lot of it on here already, but it's definitely gonna be a lot different now, so, because, I mean, no one would have thought we would be doing this.
Right.
So that's part of my speech. I mean, did you think that this was really gonna happen?
You got a couple wanting to know how much to recycle.
I know, I don't even know. I don't even know how much to, I mean, it's gonna be a bigger banner.
It's every class, every race, every night.
It is a full deal. I'll probably have to break it in between the big banners on the backstretch and the small banners I did on the front. So it'll be somewhere in there. I mean, I don't even really know, man, what it would end up being. I'm gonna say it would have to be, man, once I throw it out, it's Tim Nash style. and he locks it in. So.
Well, here, he's gonna think on it and he'll let you know.
Yep, I'll let
As
you know.
soon as he figures
Hit
it
me up on a message and I'll figure it out, because I really want to get it out there. And like I said, the grandstand banners, though, those are $250, and that's right in front of the grandstands. I think they're almost a 3x5 because it's not quite 3. So those are pretty cool. And if I almost thought about doing my own race cars and putting them on there, but I don't really want no more publicity that my race cars are out there, just because everybody's already gonna think I'm gonna be watching them and giving them all the juice, and I ain't even gonna have time to do that. So it ain't gonna matter. But yeah, those are there, and then the restart zone. Man, I really want to get that, man. So hit me up and I'll cut you a deal. So
You heard it.
that's about all I got. You know, we got the Doe City Showdown, which is going to be in 3 weeks, which is Midwest Bed Cover Doe City Showdown.
There you go, man.
Almost forgot about that. Midwest Bed Covers sponsored that, took that whole show for us, so that was pretty awesome. Pretty excited about that. That's in 3 weeks, so we got to get one of these weeks in before, just because I can't be a nervous wreck on a 2-day show like that. But yep, so we got a regular week this Friday, Farmington's Saturday, then Farmington's off the following week. We're racing on the Friday night on the 10th? 10th. And then I think 16th, 17th, 18th, somewhere around there. That's the
17th, 18th is your
17th, 18th is the Midwest Bed Covers Doe City Showdown, and that's just a lot of our small cars. Mod Lights will run that night too, I believe. I think it's just B mods and kids mods not running. And what all I got?
Yeah.
Man,
Like I said, all the hype. It's now time.
it's happening, guys. Come show up. If it's just sitting in the stands or buying a hot dog or doing whatever, man, just come help support all this, because this is a lot of work. And I know a lot of people have done it and understand it, but till you're really in it, it's crazy. But I'm ready for it. I'm down, and I appreciate everybody that's came so far out to Doe Run and at least talked to me and gave me a little bit of positivity, and just take it easy on me for a little bit, and then you can yell at me in a month. I'll give you a month. 30 days.
That's what I told all the guys at the Farmington banquet. It's like, Rome wasn't built in a day. Don't expect us to be perfect opening night.
Yep.
Give us a few weeks. Probably, I'd say about mid-May, we should be ready to roll and
Yep.
rolling smooth.
Yeah, no, we'll be good to go. Both tracks will be good to go. It's just all the newness, but it's all I got. I'm out, man.
Me too.